Okay, I'm live. And now, hopefully you guys can see me. Let me click on over to the YouTube sphere, make sure the live stream looks all fine and dandy. Yeah, things are looking good right now. Okay, now we just wait for some people to pour in, and then I can get some feedback on if the audio is any good. Which it's my channel. Of course the audio is not gonna work. Okay. Yeah, that looks good now. Okay. The computer just flickered for some reason. That was ominous. Hey, Frozen Fire. Bloodlust on our. Sup. Psychedelic Toad. Oi. Hi. For free, says Metal Turtle. A design stream. Believe it or not, it's a design stream. So I am probably a month into using After Effects now. So if there's anybody watching, then who uses After Effects, like, I'm sure you guys are way ahead of me. I'm still a little bit rusty, so there is still going to be a bit of navigating as I try to figure out the tools, but basically, this is what I have so far, and I was working on it, and I was like, I don't know. I need help, like, now. Immediately, I need some guidance. So I am trying to essentially... You guys have probably seen my previous main menu, right? Here, let me pull it up, actually. I'm rather proud of it, how it came out. Obviously, there's still some tweaking to do, but you guys have seen this one, right? This main menu, this layout and stuff. Like, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. Well, what I'm doing now is I'm doing the multiplayer screen. And that's what I need help on, because here was where I was. So I was thinking, all right, how am I going to do this? Are we going to do like the Halo Reach thing where it's going to be kind of like Halo Reach? Is it going to be more like Halo Infinite? Is it going to be more like MCC with a matchmaking composer? I started to panic and freak out because I didn't know what to do. So I thought, oh my God, there's people who would love to give input live while I'm doing this. Your redesign of Halo Infinite's main menu was amazing, says Sprite Cranberry. It's not a bad flavor for Sprite, believe it or not. And I appreciate you saying that. I'm happy with how it came out. There's still room for improvement, still like widgets that I want to add. Somebody had a great idea, which was adding, like, it's a live service game. There's got to be some kind of news tile. So I got to figure out how to do that, but... gives me Halo 3 vibes. That's currently where I am. So the matchmaking the background is, you can see it's just Earth at night, spinning. And what I have as audio is subtle. I went into Halo Infinite, did a bot match, made the bots deathless, and gave them infinite ammo or whatever, and then just went to the edge of the map and sat there and turned off ambient noise and turned up sound effects just so I could record the, like, crack, 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 boom, crack, 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 of the distant gunfire. So in the background of this video, you're just going to hear, like, the booms and stuff. And thankfully, this stock video that I found of planet Earth at night, it's got, like, little lightning storms every now and then. So I'm just like, somebody's going to see those flashes of light and think they're explosions. Okay, they're good enough. Let's give it that Y2K blue filter, and then we'll get to work. Halo fans, why do you keep throwing rocks at The Last of Us fans? Why should they get to be happy? Exactly. Social settings, network in the bottom corner if it isn't part of the main hub. Here, let me pull up here we go. So I've got here, career is mapped to the back button, options is plus, the store is the right bumper, and then roster is mapped to X. So should these just carry over into the multiplayer menu, like these exact things? And on top of that, can I do that? Because I still don't know how to use After Effects, so I basically started a completely new project for this matchmaking screen to do it independently. But here, let me pull up actually some images that I was looking at for reference, just so you guys kind of know where my headspace is. So currently I'm taking the biggest source of inspiration from Halo Reach. And this was the image I was looking at for Halo Reach. It was this. So the idea is up here is a little image of like a Spartan doing a multiplayer thing. Big matchmaking here. And then like maybe 4 or 5 options. And then, click to start matchmaking. And that's what I had going here. So I've got matchmaking preference. I don't know if I should reword it because my thought process was, okay, that way it's not just like this endless scrolling list of things. Matchmaking preference, you click on that, and then it's social or ranked. And then you click, and then right over here, it'll like display what you chose, ranked or social. Then you go down to playlist. And depending on what your matchmaking preference was, your playlist options will be a little bit different. So you select the playlist or playlists that it'll search through, and it'll display right here. And then searching restrictions, that's where it's like a little bit of pettiness, where it's going to be like the looseness of the matchmaking algorithm. If you select ranked, this option is going to go away. It's going to be grayed out. But if you're playing in social, the searching restrictions, you can be like balanced, I'm thinking, as being aggressive skill-based matchmaking. That way your matches are balanced, or loose, or even mixed. So it depends on the match. That's kind of what I was thinking, but I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. The player's gamer tag and fire team would be cool. Maybe a veto option. I'm going to do all of that, okay? Preferences sounds weird in my opinion. That's what caused me to do this here live stream right now, is I don't like matchmaking preference. That doesn't sound like the right word, right? So what should it be? I was thinking matchmaking experience, but then I was like, experience? Like, you get experience after a match? No, that sounds confusing. Like, what should I call it? Being able to choose what type of matchmaking you want to do, ranked or social play. Matchmaking type? Should it be that? Playlist type? Gameplay type? No. Current ranked rank. What if you lock important UI elements behind the battle pass? I think that would be an excellent model. Yeah, I agree. I was thinking of monetizing codings, taking away your ability to customize your Spartan and instead monetizing that. But I don't know anything about this crap. I'm here to just enjoy myself. Keep it consistent. Stuff you would use very often should always be on screen if you can. Good. Good ideas. In fact, if we wanted to, I should probably save this anyway then and jump over to the other main menu project, right? I would have it as just matchmaking. Okay. You'd have it as just matchmaking. Uh-oh, and I've completely lost the video now. Render queue options. Where'd the background go? Why'd it shrink? What the hell's going on? Okay. You know what, whatever. Here, let's get out of this. Save changes. Yeah, sure. We'll save some changes. Okay, After Effects, open. You're gonna see how messy this is, because I haven't, I'm still not good at organizing anything, but... Okay, so I open up After Effects, and then it's main menu concept. Yeah, here we go. All right, it's opening up the project. We're loading everything up. And here was the video that I published that you guys are all probably very familiar with at this point. So what we could probably do then is I could go into the video tab, and this is where I have like the background video that I've rendered out in Premiere Pro. It's got that pretty, by the way, a couple of you recommended something to really get that Y2K, like Halo 2 and Halo 3 blue background look. It's not just applying a blue filter over the screen, it's rendering the video in black and white, then applying the blue filter. And it looks great now. Like it looks exactly like what I was looking for, you know? Game style, matchmaking strictness. Matchmaking strictness is a good idea, actually. It's the later night gamer. Make it where as soon as you join into the game, the daily news will come up like MCC or Reach. As soon as you join into the game, like as soon as you join into a match. I don't know if After Effects supports it, but in other UI design programs, they use rulers to break up the page and align elements. It's good for lining up title cards and elements. After Effects does have some of this, and I'm sure like it goes even more in depth, and I'm just not experienced enough yet, but there's like a grid that I can do. I can do proportions grid. There's even like tiles. There's even rulers here, you can see. And someone is losing their mind outside right now, spamming their car horn. Thankfully, it's quiet enough that I think you guys can ignore it with relative ease, if you're even hearing it to begin with. Also, the establishing connection little icon there, I'm not happy with it. I'm happy that I figured out how to do a glitch effect, but I think it doesn't really fit the menu vibe. I'm not sure if anybody else feels similarly, but I'm probably going to be cleaning that up a little bit. Okay, so it's around here where the guy goes down to matchmaking. What should I do as a transition? Should that orange bar get brighter as like a confirmation click? Or should it just do like the Halo 3 thing where like the whole screen kind of darkens and then opens back up, if I remember right? Evening, Taras, says Mark. Evening. It's good to see you. Hey again, LNG. Saw your recent videos about your recreations of the Halo 3 main menu. Really intriguing in spite of my utter apathy towards main menus. Don't worry. It's apathy towards main menus. Can you clarify a little bit? You don't like main menus in games, or you just don't care about the topic? I'm glad I made it interesting, though. Q Alter gifted 1 late night gaming membership. Hey! ODST Wojak got one. How is a YouTuber able to outdo a AAA developer backed by a mega corporation? Probably because this is purely just a video editing software, and it's not like code that has to support infrastructure and online services and data. Like, it's basically I'm making a video. I'm just making a video. I'm not actually making a real usable UI that can be inserted into a game. But there is also probably I'm not operating off of like what the current design trends are, you know, like going to school and being taught like all of your main menus, they have to have a guy standing there and you have to press the bumpers to cycle over to the store in your battle pass. Like, I'm not following any of those conventions. I'm just basically like, here's take one, tear it to shit and tell me what I can improve for the next one. And you guys have been awesome. The main menu has come very far since that very rough first version. And I'm happy to see it getting even better as time goes on. Okay. Tabs. It is around... Let me zoom in to see. I'll have it be around 52. Okay, 52 seconds is when the person is going to click, like for matchmaking. What are these? Oh, these are my my little options career stuff. Okay, it's not saved in tabs. I think it's actually saved in menu. There we go. There they are. Okay. Okay, we will set up now a whatchamacallit. So this is called a keyframe, and it's basically what I can do is I can script it so that it's like exist as is until this second into the video, and then switch to this new thing. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So the source text, I'm setting a keyframe. So for the first 52 seconds, this is what I want to be displayed. But after 52 seconds, here's the new rules. Here's what I want to be changed now. Okay, so let's get the text. Now this is where I need you guys' help. We got to figure out how we're going to do this. So I'm going to put matchmaking preference up here as a placeholder. Okay, it's not good. I don't like that term, and we're definitely going to change it. But then after that, playlist. And then matchmaking restrictions. And then we could do 2 down. And then should it be start search or start matchmaking? It's a good question. Hey, Mr. Nowhere is here again. Your infinite menu is slick. Mr. Nowhere, I appreciate it, dude. It's nice to see you as always. I appreciate the $50, dude. That's really kind of you. How are you doing? Hopefully you're staying nowhere, as your name implies. Yeah, Mr. Nowhere is back. I love this guy. Start matchmaking. Matchmaking playlists, maybe. See, what I'm worried about is if I use the term matchmaking too many times, it's going to come across as comical. It's going to be like 343 with Spartans, calling everything Spartan. I don't want you to like open up matchmaking and then you're being flooded with a wall of matchmaking. Excuse me. Start matchmaking? Okay, start matchmaking. I think that's actually exactly what it is on... Yeah, there it is on the Halo Reach main menu. Okay, should I just do like old reliable start matchmaking? Connection options, playlists, social settings. Matchmaking settings? Could that be a good replacement? Here. So matchmaking settings. You click on this, and then you can choose either ranked or social. And then what you chose will be displayed like right here. And then matchmaking playlists. We'll see how it looks, okay? It's already looking a bit silly, to be honest. Look, there's 4 matchmakings right there. Like, am I crazy or does it look okay? What if you made the main menu red instead of blue? I was thinking about that. And I'm going to run that idea by you guys. What I was thinking was maybe instead of red, because red is kind of like an aggressive color, I guess. It could be a little bit harsh if you're not used to it. What about like UNSC green? Or would that just look like vomit on the screen? Like a Y2K filter, but it's green? Would it just look like vomit that was thrown up on the screen? It's just not something I have a strong emotional compulsion towards, hence my joking Halo 3 menu remark. Separately, you find discussing leaks? Of course I'm fine discussing leaks. Like, you know, 343's not keeping the leaks at bay. They're out in the open. Everyone's talking about them. We might as well talk about them. You guys seen that banished shotgun? Maybe a darker green. Yeah, just get rid of the matchmaking at the start. That's what I was thinking. Maybe search restrictions? Matchmaking settings. Playlist settings? No, that would be weird. Come on, brain, think. Got it. Okay. What if we get rid of like the matchmaking settings thing and it's just playlists there, and you click on playlists and like a menu shows up, and it has two options, social and ranked. And then you click social, and then like a second drop down appears, and it's got like all of the social things, and then you press B and and it goes back to the two, you go down to ranked, and the drop down list is different. I think that's how Reach did it when they eventually, not a bad replacement for the classic shotgun. I don't want a replacement for the classic shotgun. I want guns alongside Halo guns. The Banished shotgun, though, I will say it looks way more... it looks way better as an option for infection, at least. I guess just because your rate of fire and your ammo count is so carefully controlled that I feel like the Banished shotgun would probably be a better starter for infection than the Bulldog. Too many clicks. What if I want to be looking for both? Well, if you're looking for a ranked match, you don't want to be doing like, one of the matches is ranked, one of them social. Like, if you look at how MCC does it, the reason that ranked and social are so different from each other is because if you are going up the rank ladder, that's a very specific kind of gameplay experience. You're not playing socially. You're not bouncing back and forth between a social and a rank. Like, the matchmaking needs, like, you go in with your team, you're doing ranked doubles for the night, and you're grinding up those medals and trying to get to the top, You're not, like, having a casual fun time playing ranked, if you catch my drift. So I feel like separating social and ranked, the experiences between them is kind of, like, important. Hopefully you catch my drift. It's kind of like going for a casual walk in the woods versus participating in a on-foot race. The two are very different, and so I think that they should be separated so that players don't go into ranked thinking it's like a fun, wacky time just like social. The Enforcer. Oh, she's a beaut, making me hype harder than Dr. Lauve's Wheezing Soldier. It's literally the blood sawed off with mega melee jumps. Yeah, the Enforcer is a cool looking shotgun. I hope it delivers. Maybe options instead of settings. Well, the thing is down... you know what? Maybe. My only concern is keep in mind that, look, down here, we've already got options as a word. So having two options, if it's not a problem, maybe I'm just overthinking it. We'll try it. Matchmaking options. Maybe matchmaking type? Wait, what's going on? There we go. Matchmaking type. Damn it. There's a word out there. We'll find the word. We just got to keep going. Holy crap, I finally caught one of your live streams. Hello, says Toxic. Hello. It's good that you're here, Toxic. We're currently doing the most engaging content on the internet, which is very slowly, very painfully making a main menu in After Effects. But I'm glad that you're here because I'm sure that you have some thoughts that you'd like to throw out there. So you guys have probably seen my award-winning Halo Infinite main menu, universally praised and accepted with no faults whatsoever. I'm joking, of course. But I'm doing this so that I can get you guys' feedback on where the main menu should go next. Because what I'm thinking is, okay, you hop in here, it's a Halo-y looking main menu, or in the process of becoming one. The guy goes over to matchmaking, clicks it, and then the background, don't worry, that'll change, okay? It's not going to stay the forest. I've actually got a pretty sweet background that I can show you guys quickly. Adobe After Effects. This is going to be the background video for matchmaking. which it'll transition to. But what I'm currently struggling with is the organization and how we're going to set it up. QAlter just gifted more memberships. QAlter, you're being very nice. Leo Hernandez just got a membership. Also, you can swap Falcon seats, including turrets. That's pretty cool. I didn't see that. I'm bummed about the new Armor Core helmets. Yeah, they don't look good, but they don't look good. A 343 logo at the bottom, right? Like down here? I thought about that. But I also have the version 7.777.117.343, which I like quite a bit. Do you need a 3D modeled Halo ring? Oh, man. If you're offering, I had an idea, but I didn't have the technical skills to do it. So my original idea before settling on like the dreamy camera sweeps across Zeta Halo was if I had the know-how, it would be just like Combat Evolve's main menu with the camera floating around the Halo ring, only it would be Zeta Halo and it would be broken, you know, like it would be the fractured looking ring. But unfortunately, I don't have the skills to do that, so I settled with this for right now. What do you think about my idea of interesting menu sounds from Halo Wars being put into this? I think I saw your comment, Tristan. If you have a link or a download to the assets used, because what I've got here, you guys want to see some crazy stuff, some nerdy stuff? Here, it's sound assets. I've got all the Halo 5 sound effects, all of them. Including menu interactions, the blips and the bleeps. I can't remember who it was in the community who created this, but it's been amazing. I've also got the Halo 3 one, but it's not nearly as detailed as the Halo 5 one. It doesn't include like UI sound effects, confirmation things. If somebody's done something similar where they've extracted all the sound effects from the game and compiled it into a pack of sound assets, give me a link. I'd love to be able to use it. Showing the Halo ring orbit instead of Earth would be an interesting background for matchmaking. That's not a bad idea, actually. The reason I have it set as Earth, I was considering doing here, let me show you guys. No, it's not that. It's not saved in desktop. Here, let me show you. Halo MP background. Here was one of my ideas, was Spartans in various states of combat, like frozen, and just like the camera kind of like, you know, flowing through it. But I don't know, something about it wasn't, something about it wasn't working. And what had me eventually settle on the Earth was I was thinking like, the idea of you go into matchmaking, you're going to be playing against other players, right? Well, show the planet Earth. Like all these continents, you know, the Earth is rotating. You're fighting against other players that are here. That's what I was thinking, at least. And if it's a Halo ring, that's a cool idea, but we, the players, don't live on a Halo ring. We live on the planet Earth. So for matchmaking purposes, I was thinking it would maybe hit home a little bit better that you're fighting against other players around the globe if you can literally see the globe in the background of the matchmaking menu. That's what I was thinking. Oh. I feel like the combat shots are better as loading screens instead of the main menu. That's what I was thinking too. It also sucks that 343's current version of theater mode, I'm not going to complain about theater mode for too long, okay? Yes, theater mode is broken and buggy in Halo Infinite, but there's a specific feature that they've removed, seemingly not because of bugs, but they did it thinking it would make theater mode better, which is it's not floaty anymore. So remember in Halo 3 through Halo 4, the theater mode, the way it would work is there was subtle input delay on your movement as well as your camera look, and there was an acceleration. Like, it could never stop dead in its tracks. Well, the reason that Bungie coded it that way originally was it was supposed to mimic like filmic cinematic cameras. It was supposed to look kind of like a real camera operator without a lack, with a lack of precision to it. And for Halo 5 and Halo Infinite, 343 removed the floatiness. And in the case of Halo Infinite, they also seemingly removed the ability to like raise the camera or lower it. So you have to look up and then go up and then look back down if you want to raise the camera position. You can't just hold right bumper or left bumper anymore. So doing a floaty camera that's kind of moving around a static model, you can't do that anymore in theater mode, unfortunately. So there are harsh restrictions on what I can do with Halo Infinite's theater mode, unfortunately. And that's kind of why in that final Halo Infinite matchmaking Spartans, here, this one, the best I can do is the camera pulling away, zooming in, or rotating around, because 343 removed my ability to kind of like pan the camera up and down, which sucks, but... I remember last stream you mentioned you had a job interview. How did that go? So the current update on that is I might crossing my fingers. I might be joining a shoot for something as an assistant video editor. And I'm like, oh my God, please, 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 because this is what I want to do. I want to do it really bad. So, is there a machinima mode in campaign now? No. Cinematic tools, theater modes, machinima modes in campaign? What do you think this is, a Bungie Halo game? No, jokes aside, how I was able to get these shots in the Halo Infinite campaign was you do blind skull, set the FOV to 65, the lowest value. That way it can kind of look like a camera. And then just find a nice spot and set your sensitivity to its lowest value. That way you don't accidentally do like a Twitch snap aim. That way all of your camera pans are deliberately slow and kind of dreamy looking. And right up here I flew to a tall point and just kind of, looked around. What's also important is try to find a point on the map where there isn't a lot of like ground. Like you kind of want to be sitting on top of a tree or whatever. That way you don't have like the floor right in front of you. Like you do kind of feel like it's a camera suspended in the air. Perhaps the word category instead of type, or simply list the words ranked and social next to it. Next to the matchmaking, and simply have one highlighted at any given time. Here we go. Let's go back over to, I think it was 52 seconds. There we go. Menu. Okay, so matchmaking type, matchmaking preference. Neat thing about the Enforcer is that it's barrels O and U as opposed to SXS, and not... You're speaking another language, Andrew. But I assume that this is good, what you're describing? Looks 10 times better than Infinite's current UI. I wouldn't say 10 times better, because Infinite's UI, I'm sure that there's things about it that are appreciated, but unfortunately the problems of it are so severe that it's hard to notice those things. Like, I'm sure that, let's say in like a hypothetical world, if players were able to interact with my current UI, I bet there would be a lot of limitations that I just haven't thought of yet. I don't want to demean, the hard work of people who did work on Halo Infinite's UI, but I guess I can at least say that it, in my opinion, it's coming out to be a little bit more attractive looking than Halo Infinite's, even if it's not functional in any way. Check your DMs, by the way. If you need models, I've literally got all of them. Also, if you need animation loops for stuff you can't get with theater mode, let me know. I'd be happy to help. To clarify, OU is over and under. S and X is side to side. Okay, okay. It allows fan-made double barrels to coexist. Interesting. I'm not sure I quite understand matchmaking filters. You know what? That's still too, like, there's got to be an English word out there for what do you want to play, ranked or social? Matchmaking filter, that makes it kind of seem like a filtering out certain types of players. You know what? Maybe we could just have playlists, and it could be like you click on it, the thing pops up, and then you can choose between social or ranked. What do you guys think? Yo, what the dog doing? The dog? My dog? I think he's out there currently. He just had some heart medication, and my dog's insanely picky. He's very specific about the kind of foods he likes. So it's a miracle that he loves his heart medication. Loves it. Like, he thinks it's a tasty, delicious treat. Over and under is like the Olympia from Black Ops. Side to side is like most other double barrels. Gotcha. Okay, thank you for translating. Gotcha. Okay. How about matchmaking only? Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, matchmaking should probably be the big text up here, right? In fact, we could probably just do playlist, search restrictions. Now it seems empty almost, right? Here, let's go over. And then hang on. Where is it? It's this that I have. Here, let's cut off that halo at around the same time that... Oops. No, I don't want to get rid of shape layer, whatever that is. I'm not sure what shape layer is. Here, it's this that I want to get rid of. If there's anybody in here who knows how to use After Effects, how do I, like, slice right here? Because currently I'm not sure how to do that yet. Like, it's not like in Adobe Premiere where I can just hit C and then I can have a cutting tool and I can make a seam right here and then I can delete this. What are the leaks? So currently they have, apparently Firefight is in the works, as well as a banished double barrel shotgun. Obviously Infection, which seems to not be flood based. It's the banished AI is infecting Spartan suits. Well, I remember when I first tried to use Alt. Here, where is it? No, thank you. Thank you so much, Noah. You're like, thank you. You're a golden god. Thank you so much. I appreciate the help. I have been operating without that knowledge for a hot minute now, and you just exponentially sped up my ability to make things in After Effects. So I appreciate it. Okay. It's right around here when it should... Boop. Got to zoom in just a bit more, get the timing just right. It's right here. All right. Boom. All right. So also, what music should be used for the matchmaking menu? What do you guys think? Noah W. Yeah, I was gonna say, Noah, change your YouTube thing from Noah to Noah W, because my allusion to fan-made double barrels was one of my own concepts. A side-by-side brute sawn-off nicknamed the Slayer. To preface, you ever played any Unreal titles? Like Unreal Engine or Unreal Tournament? I've played a little bit of Unreal Tournament. But yeah, it's funny, Andrew. Seeing the leaks of the double barrel, I was like, that's oddly like what Andrew was talking about on the live streams. A banished theme? So I was thinking matchmaking should be monsters, devils. Well, should it be something from the Halo Infinite soundtrack? Here, let's look. We got don't worry about this. These are audio rips from the campaign, like level rips. I've already got Escherum's theme on the main menu. We could do the like post-rock stuff, but I feel like the vibe I'm going for with my Halo Infinite main menu, I'm not sure if the post-rock would even work. Maybe. Was post-rock popular in the early 2000s? It all depends. If it was like popular in the Y2K era, it might actually work just fine. LNG, first of all, what elements do you want to be portrayed in the intro? The intro. The intro for the main menu? So far, what I've got is this. Like, you click on, see, you've got like the flashing orange, and I want to use the color orange because the main menu is blue, and I want to do like the classic Bungie thing where it's like that Y2K blue look for the main menu, and then the way that you kind of track your cursor through the main menu or tell what's interactable, it's highlighted by orange, which contrasts against the color blue. So I have here press, and then the button that you need to press is pulsing orange, which stands out from the blue. You click it, you have this establishing connection thing alongside the Covenant radio tower sound effects, which the establishing connection effect I'm not too proud of. And then you hop into the main menu, there it is, go over to matchmaking, and now we're greeted by a new menu. No, it was hardcore and emo music and pop punk. Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think we can have Sleeping with Sirens in the matchmaking. But there's got to be like a good matchmaking-y sound, Like there's got to be a song on the Halo Infinite soundtrack that would be good for a matchmaking background. Here, let's what was it? It was Alt and then bracket to cut off, which is beautiful. Okay, I wonder now, in After Effects, is there a way to fade? Yeah, of course there's a way to fade. I can lower the opacity with a keyframe. So I think it's around 52 seconds, right, that the person selects matchmaking. So around 52 seconds, that's when we can, it's around here. I can start the fade out. Because we'll have it be delayed slightly. That way it kind of feels authentic. Because, main menus are not super slick and functional. At least not anymore with all their, like, online connectivity stuff. Unreal Tournament, good. Then you've probably used the flat cannon. Flat cannon. Yes, I think I know the weapon you're talking about. Obviously, this isn't doable, but it would be cool to have the Halo 2 blueprint menu aesthetic over damaged Zeta Halo floating in space. You say it's not doable, it might be doable. Who was it that was just suggesting actually to do some animation work? I know 73VN. Okay. Man, that name, I got to figure out what I can say. You were suggesting, with intro, I meant the video. Or I mean the menu. Oh, for the menu? I was just going to use 343's, like Xbox Game Studios, 343 Industries. I was just thinking of using their intro, you know? Like, it's a good, like, company logo. Is that what you're talking about with intro? Or are you talking about, like, if you sit idly on the pause menu, like old games used to do, a demo or an intro would play where it's, like, you know, spliced together gameplay clips, like almost like a commercial for the game that you already bought starts playing? I was thinking about doing something like that. I'm like, okay, I'm making Halo Infinite seem like it's a game that was made in the mid-2000s. Maybe I should add that. If you sit on my main menu too long, a demo for the game starts playing. Because that could be fun, right? Here we go. Here, let's go back out. Okay, it's a little bit choppy, don't worry. Okay, the person clicks. It's around here where they click it, and then it starts to fade out. Okay, that might be a little bit too slow. Yeah, that might be just a tad too slow, honestly, for my taste. Yeah, there we go. And then it comes back up and it's the world spinning. Sent you a DM about the flat cannon. Don't worry about the video's length. I've time-stamped it to the relevant section. I appreciate it, Andrew. The banished theme for matchmaking. The banished theme. What's the banished theme? The banished. Here, let me... I can't remember the last time I listened to this song. I just, when I think of the banished theme, I just think of like Asherim, you know? Come on, PC. You got it. Okay. Does it get more energetic? That's good. Yeah, okay. That's good. What's good about it is it's a little bit like atmospheric. Like it's not a song that's playing, you know, it's something that's a little bit more moody, a little bit more atmospheric. Because I know when people are sitting in their matchmaking menus, they don't really like it's distracting for some people that like just straight up songs are playing. Like for some of us who were there for the original release of the MCC, there were a lot of people that complained about the main menu music where you're sitting there in matchmaking and the matchmaking's broken and you can't find any matches and you've got like this loud anniversary soundtrack constantly playing. Like it just drives you crazy because you can't escape the songs. So it's good for matchmaking to have something that's less musical and it's a little bit more atmospheric-y. Cursed Lemon covered Under Cover of Night with a lead guitar covering the vocals. Would fit well for matchmaking. That or his cover of In Amber Clad. Let's check it out. Cursed Lemon. Cursed Lemon, Under Cover. 10 years ago. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. Okay. It might be getting a little bit too much. It's definitely got that 2000s vibe to it, though. So you know what? I might actually use that. That's a good recommendation. Thank you. Based on the recent leaks, do you feel Halo Infinite will be a content complete Halo game before the end of 2023? Content complete for the community, maybe. Content complete by my standards, I mean, dude, I'm so picky when it comes to what I think a Halo game needs that I doubt Halo Infinite will ever be content complete, you know? It's got to have campaign theater mode. It's got to have playable elites. It's got to have color customization options. Firefight needs to be in the game, and I need to be able to customize it like custom games. You know, maybe my standards are just a little bit too high, but I'm sure by the end of the year, people will be relatively happy with Halo Infinite. Halo 5 menu, the GOAT. Man, compared to the Halo Infinite menu, Halo 5's menu isn't so bad in hindsight. I was just asking you for the elements that you really want to put in the menu you are making. Sorry for the confusion. Gotcha. Okay. The elements that I'm looking for putting in the menu are, it's probably obvious, the main source of inspiration is Halo 2, Halo 3, and a pinch of Halo Reach thrown in there as well. And then, of course, anything that does work about Halo Infinite, I'll be keeping as well. But those are the main sources of inspiration. Currently, the current hang-up is, for those of you joining right now, this is not nearly enough for matchmaking, right? When you go down to matchmaking and you click confirm, playlist, search restrictions, start matchmaking, that's not enough, right? Down here is roster, I guess. There's store, there's options, there's career. So, you know, if you want to check out your career, it's right there. This feels naked, right? There's got to be one more option there. What could it be? What am I forgetting? Hey, man, I just wanted to say keep up the good work. I just watched your nostalgic Halo Reach vid. I got a couple questions for you. Do you think we'll see the Arbiter soon? And do you play Minecraft? If so, thoughts on newer updates? I appreciate that you liked that video, dude. That was a fun conversation that we had about Halo Reach's launch. I have a lot of nostalgia from Halo Reach's launch. But, okay, so do I think we'll see the Arbiter soon? In book form, perhaps. Not so sure about the games, because I'm not even sure when we'll see the next Halo campaign, you know? That's kind of up in the air right now. Maybe Arbiter will return as a microtransaction AI voice. I doubt it'll be Keith David, though. But as for Minecraft, my thought, of course I've played Minecraft, and of course I love Minecraft. In my opinion, Minecraft is one of the best video games ever made, and on top of that, I think it is one of the most important creations ever made. Not like 7 Wonders of the World type stuff, but Minecraft, I think, is an amazing thing that Minecraft exists, because it's essentially $20 or $40 for unlimited Legos. Like, if you're worried about video games or whatever, but you don't want to spend a ton of money on creative, like, you know, stuff like Legos, because those are like a money drain, buy your kid Minecraft. And it's probably one of the healthiest games that, like, a growing kid could play. In-game screenshot above playlist. That's what I'm going to do, buddy. Because watch this. Okay, what I'm thinking is, you click on over to matchmaking. Here, video quickly. Let's drop in the new import file. It is right here. It is, what did I call it? I think I called it like world background. There it is, multiplayer background, world. Here it is. Okay, and so it's going to fade away, and then it's going to be this as our new background matchmaking main menu. I'm so excited that you guys are here for this. What do you guys think of the last couple uploads, where it's just me tinkering away at this little project that I'm doing? because I'm having a lot of fun with it. Okay, let's do the keyframe. That way it fades in. Watch this. Watch this, guys. Okay, so it's going to start out at 0%, and then it's going to take just a little bit of time, and then it's going to boom, and now it's visible. So now if we go here, we're going to see this. Look, he's going to click on matchmaking. It's a little bit laggy right now. Give it time. Oh, God, everything's going wrong. And there we go. There's the Earth. It's coming together. I'm so happy. Shape layer. That shape layer. I'm not sure what I've done with it. I'm not sure what it is. I'm scared to get rid of it though, so I'm gonna keep it. Let's make a solid. A dark blue solid. If you guys don't know what a solid is, it's exactly what it says on the tin. It's just a giant a block, a cube, one could say. And now let's shrink down the solid a little bit. And this is going to be, let's inch it over here. Let me pull up the grid. Actually, not the grid. I was using, not even proportional grid, I think I was using. There we go. Hang on, let me get rid of some of this insanity. Okay. Let's pull it up here. I want to line it up with, and that is going to be where the preview image, you know, the multiplayer image is going to be. What do you think? Is it coming? Does it look multiplayer-y? Don't worry, it's not going to be like a janky-looking blue square right there. Like I'm gonna put like a little glow to it. It's going to be subtly translucent and stuff. But oh, there's Rebecca. She's in the chat too. Are you winning, son? Are you going to add a message of the day? That's what I needed to add. Thank you for bringing that up. The menu of the day. Not the menu of the day, the message of the day. Here. Hang on. It's right around here, right? Gosh, I'm so happy. Like it's coming together. It's starting to feel, it's feeling real, man. And it's thanks to you guys. Thank you so much for the feedback, because this would not be coming together without your help. What's a good picture? What would be a good picture for Halo Infinite multiplayer screenshot? These usually yield some good results, like just like generic looking multiplayer screenshots. What do you think would be a good, that's pretty good looking, right? As like a multiplayer, what I'm thinking is, what are we going to put up here as the multiplayer image? Is that good? No challenges on this one? Challenges. That's a, challenges I was going to hide in the career tab. But that's a good point. Should challenges be displayed more prominently somewhere? If so, let me know where. Internet's been highly disagreeable with me. You managed to catch my previous super? Oh, let me check. Sent you a DM about the flak cannon. Don't worry about the video length. I've time-stamped it to the relevant section. It's a god tier AA shotgun. I did catch your previous super. That's the Team Slayer thumbnail. Maybe two Spartans slugging it out for the preview image, like firing at each other. That's a good idea, actually, like head to head, you know? So, okay. Here, I'll save this quickly. Here, we'll save this. Yeah, something like this, right? Like where it's two Spartans running at each other with guns. Damn, I mean, that's perfect. I just need like a Halo Infinite version of that. Any of you guys have any good images that would make for the generic here? We'll pull it up again. The generic matchmaking background image. Because here, if we go over to like Halo Reach, you can see right there, you've got like the, 4,000 players online. You can see the Spartan right up there with the flag. Something up there so that you know this is going to be like a multiplayer thing. Remember this fake leak somebody made of Halo Infinite? What would be a good image to use for matchmaking? I like that, the head-to-head Spartans. That's pretty good. If I wanted to be super petty, I'd look for a Spartan shooting at an elite. Because my Halo Infinite would have playable elites. But just like Spartans is fine, you know? Trying to think of what a good image would be. That's fairly decent. Go into theater and post some Spartans up for an image. That could probably work, but that would involve me having to load up Halo Infinite on the stream, you know? Make it a simple career and challenges option. Career and challenges. Let's see if that would fit. You can see there I barely have room to add challenges. But that's you bring up a good point. I don't think adding career and challenges there would work, just because I don't have enough space. But I'm gonna bookmark that in my mind that's a concern. If you were to load up my Halo Infinite main menu, where the hell would you go to find your challenges? Does this game even have challenges? You know. So I'll bookmark that and I'll think of a solution to make the fact that my game has challenges a little bit more evident. That's a pretty decent image with the ghost, maybe for like a big team battle thing. Just saving a couple of different images. That one's a little bit too like brown looking, unfortunately. I really like the super colorful looking ones, kind of like that, but that's pretty good, right? Just the problem is the two Spartans are both like the same color-ish, kind of. And so I don't want the implication to be that they're on the same team. Like, I want different colors contrasting against each other. I'm not sure if I want to like turn my pettiness knob up to max and make it red versus blue as the image, but at least I want something more like this where it's completely opposite colors. That way you do get the vibe that these guys are on different teams. Love your videos and your voice is majestic. That's kind of you to say. That's very kind of you to say. Your voice is majestic too. Oh, damn. I didn't see down there. It's got all those logos. Don't worry. I'm sure we can get rid of those. Okay. Let's go back over to After Effects. Let's pop open camera roll. Look at all the PNGs I have. Where did it save? There it is. Okay. Here, it's right up there. We'll put it right above the dark blue tab. In fact, actually, I should probably, what I can do for like organization's sake, I actually think my webcam's cutting off part of the video, so you guys probably can't even see what I'm doing. Don't worry. I got it. Okay, I got it. I won't bore you with an explanation. Okay. Position. No, scale. What we need to do. What the hell is happening? There we go. No, I'm doing something very bad. Okay, hang on. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I hope I didn't break it. I was scaling 2 items at the same time. And that was very bad, what was happening. Okay, it's good. It's good. It's good. Okay, let's scoot you over here. Anybody in the chat familiar with After Effects? If anybody is, I'd love suggestions as a rookie on how I can integrate this image into that blue box right there in a more organic way. Here, let me zoom in just a smidge. Okay, here we go. Let's set it to like 20. I'm probably going about this like the most sloppy way humanly possible. Here, let's actually do 19. Yeah, this is probably extremely sloppy the way that I'm doing it. It's okay though. I'm learning. And that's what matters. Okay, let's go out. It looks janky, it looks rough right now, but that's okay. Now we got to figure out a way to blend it in a little bit smoother. In essence, the Slayer would be a double barrel that uses spike grenades as ammo. Primary detonates the nades in the chamber, shooting the spikes out. That is such a cool idea for a brute shotgun. Would it use the same sound effects as like the you know, and then the of the spikes going everywhere rather than a conventional boom sound? Yo, LNG, what do you think about Indian food? Indian food's pretty good. Halo Reach's main menu is unbelievably snazzy. Oh, it's unbelievably snazzy. Thoughts on Adobe being a service as a service? I hate that Adobe is a service as a service. I hate it. I hate it a lot. I wish I could just buy Adobe straight up. Okay, now I've completely lost. No, this is it. Okay. Okay. Give me a second. Boop. It would pop up right there. Here, let's go over to Halo Reach as some... Okay, Halo Reach doesn't even have like a sci-fi-y looking blue border around it. It just straight up has the image there and then what appears to be kind of like a drop shadow. Here, let's look at Halo 3 matchmaking menu and see what Halo 3 does, and then let's also look at Halo Infinite menu. And let's look at a couple of different UIs so we can get some inspo. Oh, Halo 3 is down there. And then Halo 3, okay, Halo 3 has like all the boxes and stuff, which people have told me very politely I should add to not do. Because the boxy look, I'm not good at the boxy look, unfortunately. Mine just looks like like hot trash. Okay. And then Halo Infinite. Let's look at what Halo Infinite does for its previews. Okay, it has like a little slick sci-fi border around it for its previews. Yeah, you can see there's a very thin white outline surrounding them. But otherwise, it does appear to just be straight up a JPEG image that pops up. So, okay, we go over to my menu, and I guess we don't need the blue solid background, so we can, trash that. Let's get that image then looking a little bit more organic. Or not organic, but, nice looking. Proportional grid. I'd love some ideas if you guys have any to make this look not, atrocious. Should it be lined up exactly with the letters, or should it be lined up exactly with the orange highlight? Because I would... Man, even my orange highlight's not exactly lined up. Okay, that's okay. I mean, it's not okay, I want everything to kind of like follow certain rules, but... Hey, what do you guys think? As a temporary for right now. Playlist, start matchmaking. Could you possibly get the goat vernissage on this? Oh, dude, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, vernissage. Make it slightly in between both. Make the highlights stick out more. Highlight it. Put a whitish vignette on the image itself. That's what I was thinking. Should it be a vignette or should it be a glow behind the image? Because there is a cool. This is something that I did on not After Effects. I'm using After Effects. This is something that I used a lot on Vegas, which is drop shadow. We take a drop shadow, put it on the image, and it's like. Okay, here it is. So it's a drop shadow, right? It's dark, it's smudgy. It's like, why are you putting this behind the image? Don't you want to highlight it? I do, which is why... What did I do? Hang on. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Which is why what I do is... I will make it white. The drop shadow. So now, if you'll notice, that looks awful. that looks like... I take it back. My plan didn't work. All right, I'm going to have to learn how to use the vignette tool. Why doesn't the orange highlight span the entire button? It might... In use, it might feel awkward with mouse input. Mouse input. I wasn't even thinking about mouse input. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking of just like a controller, you know? Why it doesn't span the whole button? There's no reason it doesn't need to span the whole button. The reason that it's like that is because I haven't scaled it up. You can see here on this menu that that orange button right here, it does the job because the phrases or the terms aren't very long. It isn't until we hop over to matchmaking where you can see how long they are. So what I'll probably do is when we hop over to the matchmaking, I'll have to scale the bar with each thing that the player interacts with. So don't worry, it looks awful right now. I'm gonna fix it, okay? What could I do to improve this? How about you put a ship above the surface of the planet in matchmaking? That is such a good idea. Unfortunately, I don't know how to do convincing 3D visual effects in After Effects. But that is like a UNSC frigate right up here. I wonder if there's any here. UNSC frigate PNG. Let's see if there's any UNSC frigates from a good angle. Color, transparent. What's a good angle? That's a good angle. That's a good angle. Maybe. I don't know if it should be even lower. You can see right here, my experience is very limited right now. Okay, oh God, is that a drop shadow behind it? Okay, please don't be one of those WEM. What is this? What is the WEBP file? Because I don't know when Google started using this everywhere, but now I see that everywhere and it drives me insane. Okay, we'll revisit that. I like your idea, though, and I'm going to bookmark that in my brain. Okay, there's got to be a ship of some kind floating above. Put UNSC space stations, like the orbital satellites, right? Or not orbital satellites, the orbital stations, right? That's a good idea. Man, I'm so happy that I streamed this creative process. Yeah, you guys are killing it with the good ideas. But about this image... What can I do to make this image not look hilarious? Because to me, this looks kind of like it looks like a a Christian educational video, you know, when like the picture of Jesus shows up on the screen and it's got the little glow around it. Ah! Like I want it to look a little bit more not terrible, I guess. Gradient. No, not gradients. It's a vignette. Boy. Okay. I've never used vignette before. I don't know if this is about to make the whole thing look... it's not bad. Okay. It's literally just vignetting the image. Okay. Can I customize the color of the vignette? I don't think so. Damn it. I don't think I can customize the color of the vignette. Okay, that's a problem. Change the color to blue. Have a light blue vignette over the edges of the outside. Make it in monochrome like the background, but orange. That's not a bad idea. Hey, Wyvern Zoo is in here. Please fix your margins. What are my margins that need to be fixed? Oh, you mean that? Yeah. I am still learning After Effects. So there is a lot of jank here because I'm learning the workflow as I do this. So you're probably looking at this and there's a lot of bugs and problems and weird sloppiness. Don't worry. I kind of feel like I'm too in the middle of everything. Change the hue. Balsamic vinaigrette. I gotta use a little balsamic vignette. WEPM web page file. Fandom Wikia is notorious for converting uploaded images to the file type to save on space, much to the chagrin of other users. Okay, well, if it's saving a file size, I guess I understand. I guess I understand that. Like, there's only so many resources. And I feel like that's something that I in the middle of the night, waking up in a cold sweat and realizing that probably at some point, like, what's going to happen with all the data that's floating around the internet? How is that going to be compressed? Because isn't YouTube even right now? They're starting to hit this weird limit where like they're like considering monetizing certain resolutions just because of how much money they have to put into like storage of videos. Because the file sizes are getting like insanely large on videos people are uploading every day. Make it monochrome like the background, but orange. Make it monochrome like the background, but orange. The image? Would that look good? Would that look good? Hang on. Here, let me make a pre-compose. I don't know a lot, but I know how to do this. Playlist thumbnail. Okay, and then I can open up this. And now here is our image, and I can then add an adjustment layer up here, I think. And then I can make black, oops, no. Black and white color correction. And then I'm going to make another adjustment layer. I'm probably going about this the completely wrong way. Somebody who's more familiar probably knows exactly what to do, and they're screaming right now. Simple choker. I think somebody suggested that as a good like border around the image. But compose? Didact? YouTube compression kind of sucks. Isn't there a web page or program where you can convert EBP to the format that you need in order to use the image you want? Probably, but I don't know that website. Give it a blue border, or perhaps a colorful white border. Crap, what is it that I need? I need to... How did I... See, I'm hitting the end of the day now, so like my brain is starting to malfunction. Color correction. That's what I need to find. Color correction. Color. Colorize blue wash. Ooh, that didn't come out right at all. Okay, that's not what I did. You know what? I did it in the other program. I did it in Premiere. I know how to do it in Premiere. Unfortunately, not here. So, okay. We'll take... Okay. I'll think of something, okay? I'm going to leave it as is for right now. But I'll think of something, okay? I agree, it does need to blend a little bit better, but... Okay, now the video just... Oh, there we go. All right. Scroll up. We've got our fun matchmaking background, and it was... Crap, what was it that I needed? I literally just saw it. I think matte? No, that's nat. Matte is what I'm looking for. It's a choker that I need to throw on the playlist thumbnail. Choker. Choke one. Sorry, give me a second. Let me goof off with this a little bit to see how to do it. There it was. I thought I saw it for a second. Our background. Oh no, that's just the... Sorry guys, I'm starting to run out of steam now. We got pretty far though. Is there a reason you're doing UI design in After Effects? No reason at all. Just so one of my buddies recommended to me, he said the best way to learn After Effects, because I open After Effects and I have no clue what I'm doing. I've never used the software before. And he said he showed in a project that he did, which was he made his own Halo Infinite menu. And he was like, you should probably do this to learn After Effects, because in the process of making this, you'll be forced to learn how to use everything and establish a workflow. I'm still learning, but I know now how to use it. You know, obviously, like my organization could use some improvement, but I now, thanks to this project, understand how to use After Effects as a piece of software. Is there something else I should be using, though? FYI, there's a design tool from Adobe called XD, which is free to use. You didn't want to put XD. Blam Engine is better than Adobe. Yeah, probably. Soak It Blue. Or Soak It in Blue. Yeah, I probably should do something like that, because it can't just be like that. I'll treat the image, okay? I'll touch it up and I'll get back to you guys, but here, right here, there's got to be one more option for matchmaking. What should I do? What should be, it can't just be playlist, search restrictions, start matchmaking, you know? I always say the best way to learn a creative program is to port Halo into it. Photoshop and Illustrator. Those are good ideas. Right-click on the layer or image and add layer styles or blend modes to it. Layer styles should work. Right-click on the image. Here, let's do that quickly. Okay, right-click on it, and then layer styles. And then, oh my God, outer glow, inner glow. Okay, let's try. I'm learning something new every day. Here, let's Blending options, transform. Hang on, let me shrink it down a little bit because I don't think it's showing up the glow. Okay. Oh my god, I see it. Yeah, there's like a little glow. Okay. Noise. No, not noise. How do I it's spread. That's hopefully you understood what I was doing by doing this. Yes, spreading the glow from the image. Okay, the color of the glow, it should probably be like a probably around here, right? No. And that doesn't look quite right. It might look too washed out. Okay. Some noise? No, noise just looks like pixelation. Technique, softer, precise, spread. Okay, I'm starting to understand a bit. Range? Would range make it go out even more? Or how do I make it go out even further from the image? Let me see what it looks like right now. Okay, we're there. Thank you, by the way, for that idea. You could add a rectangular shape and then add an effect or glow to it. Challenges and a battle pass. Trending or recommended playlists. That's a good idea. So here was my idea that I was thinking. I was trying to think of like, okay, Halo Infinite's main menu, what I really dislike about it is how cold and cynical it feels. Like, it feels like a Microsoft operating system. Like, it doesn't feel like a main menu for Halo, at least not the Bungie ones. Which is why one of the first things you see in my main menu is the welcome, with an exclamation mark, which Bungie started doing in Halo 2, if I remember right. And they still do it in Destiny. So I wanted to make it feel a little bit more warm, a little bit more inviting. And so what I was thinking was for matchmaking, what would be like, I was thinking of like chef's choice. That was just so you get the idea. That's obviously not what I'm going to call it because that sounds like preposterous. But, like the recommended playlist for the day. Just like something fun sounding, Regarding the Slayer, why not both sounds? And yes, it has a nasty barbed pair of bayonets, the sort that its brute wielder guts a Marine with before hoisting them in the air and unloading point blank. I can visualize. And it would be in one hand, right? Like holding the Marine up in the air and then boom, and shooting them off the bayonet. All I know of UI design was absorbed via social osmosis from the people I talked to about it. Add lobbies to the right. Yeah. Well, I've got roster here, and I assumed roster would be like where the fire team, like you'd click X, and then you'd see like it would open up a new menu, and you'd have like your friends there and stuff. But I probably should add one more indicator. That way you know who's in your fire team, right? Like a little 1 or something in like a Spartan helmet. But don't worry, my Halo Infinite main menu will have lobbies. Okay. Actually, it should be right up here, right? Here, hang on. It should be right up there. Halo Reach lobbies. That's what you're talking about, right? Like this. Oh, man. Hang on. Yeah, oh, God, thank you so much for not letting me escape without having like a giant tab up there. Okay, so right up here we add a new text layer, and the text, actually I should make a new pre-comp that is dedicated exclusively to the lobby, right? Okay, here's the question for all of you then. How should I do it? Okay, should there be a square thing, like a giant square tab on this? Because if you remember with my first main menu, my first iteration on it, I should say, here we'll... No, that's not what we want to do. Let's go over to videos. If you remember, my first take on the main menu, it had a giant thing right there, and it didn't look too good, and you guys roasted me for it. It also had things right there. So I got rid of it for here. But then when we hop over to the matchmaking part, should the lobby have its own box then? Did anyone else love the Halo 4 Spartan cards? The Halo 4 Spartan cards were a great idea. That was a very fun idea. I'm not sure how I'd display it on my menu. Here, actually, we could... Yeah, menu is missing a title. Menu is missing a title? Like right up there? Let me check on over here at Halo Reach. Okay, hang on. I think I understand what you mean. Hopefully I didn't just like completely misinterpret what you were saying, but playlist, thumbnail, transform, anchor position, hang on. Wyvern Zoo, if she's still in here, she's probably cringing because I'm not going about this the correct, optimal way. But it's all I got. It's all I got right now with my my knowledge base. Playlist. Here we go. And let's hop in here. Playlist thumbnail. Close this. Text. And then we will type. Wait. No. Hang on. No, this isn't what I want. I'm going about this all wrong. I'm so sorry that you guys have to see this live. Okay. Matchmaking. Okay. And then text transform. Let's blow it up. Don't worry, this is going to make sense in a second. Don't worry. My madness, it has an explanation, which is we come over here. That's kind of what we're missing, right? It's like a giant thing right here that says matchmaking, right? Like, obviously, I'll color it in. I'll give it, like, the appropriate bells and whistles so that it looks, like, glowy and kind of, you know, UI-esque. But we need something like this, right? No box. A list of gamer tags with their own boxes should do. Got it. So it's up here. We'll have, like... Dinglebutt 46, Marty the Elder, like all these people playing Halo, and instead of them all sitting in a box, each gamer tag has its own box, and I'll have like lobby at the top, right? That's what you're suggesting? You got it. Typically it's in all caps. Got it. Thank you for the correction. Like this. And then and only then, browse presets. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I realized I was making a mistake as soon as I opened that. Okay. Halo text glow. Oof. That looks a little bit weird. Probably because it's so scaled up, but here, let's go to the color. What should that color be? Do I want to keep continuity with the previous menu? It's already looking odd because the Halo logo up there is so clean looking because somebody who actually knows what they're doing made it. I just stole it from the internet. But this is just me dropping a goofy right here. And it looks hilariously out of place, at least in my opinion. What should I do? LNG, would you like to include some banished elements in any section of the menu? Possibly. Possibly. It's not a bad idea. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys the question, okay? Because somebody mentioned earlier, banished main menu. Should it be red? Should the earth be red? Like, the Halo Infinite main menu is blue, but then you hop on over to Matchmaking, and it's red. Like, the hue has changed to red. Because I'll be open to it, okay? But I need a couple of people signing off on the idea before I actually commit to it. Reach has player ranks, captain, lieutenant, sergeant. Good idea. Lower the distance on it. Distance. The distance. Oh, between the letters? That's not a bad idea, actually. Hang on. Path option. Path, right? No. Oof. Okay. I'm getting deep in the weeds. The parts of After Effects that I'm not very familiar with now. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Okay, spacing. So I should put the spaces closer, right? The letters? Uh-oh. Oh, it literally smushes the text. Okay, that's not good. That's not what I want to do. Where's spacing? It's around here somewhere. The options for it. And by the way, you guy... Wait, set the tracking for selected characters. Is this it? No, this couldn't be it. There are people watching who are probably very familiar, and they're like, it's there. It's right there. The option is right there. But I can't find it currently, so. Gold filter. No, it's the VA thing at the top half. The VA thing at the top half. This thing. Okay. It is this thing then. Okay. Got it. Thank you. I appreciate it. That looks silly. Hang on. Let's set it to 75. How's that? That looks off. Hang on. Let me look at like reaches for reference. Matchmaking. Why are all the images of Reach's menu like super, super low res? Okay. It's slightly transparent too. Although I'm not sure if that's like strictly like because Reach doesn't have any like crazy filters and Reach's prominent color is like that silver look, you know? Here, let's Halo 3 matchmaking menu. Let's take a look. Okay, that's how Halo 3 does it. But Halo 3 has the boxes, and we're not using the boxes. So what could I do? What do you guys think I could do to make that matchmaking look less silly? A bolder font? That's not a bad idea. Put the mode name on the top right of the image to show the mode and population. That's what I'm planning to do. This, I'm thinking, is the generic matchmaking image or a placeholder, you know? Like, if anybody wants to DM me, my Twitter DMs are open. Discord, if you're in the Halo or the LNG Discord, DM me. If anybody right now who's watching and you're like pulling your hair out because you know what the perfect image would be, DM it to me, okay? Inside a fading box. Okay, let's try a fading box, actually. In fact, we've got a fading box right here. But it is of the purple color. Solid settings. We don't want purple. We want it to be like a... What is happening? Where am I? What is going on? Okay, I just copied that. Sorry. Give me 1 second, okay? Brain is malfunctioning. 1,000 thoughts are currently catching up. There we go. Okay. Come to Papa. Okay. Let's get this, like a black. Okay. And now we are going to take it and we're going to use it when we transition over to matchmaking. Because watch this. Watch this. Watch this, I say, hoping that it works out okay. And hopefully it does. In my household, Rebecca and I, we have a custom, which is when we're very anxious about something, like something might not work, we say, watch this. And then it usually doesn't work. But that just adds to like the comedy, you know? Okay, there we go. Transform. Oh, there's keyframes here. There were hidden, sneaky little keyframes. Let's get those out of here. All right, and now we scale this up. We position it right over here. This is gonna look bad. I feel bad. Oh, it's okay. Needs a little bit of tinkering with, but it's not as unbelievably hideous as I thought it was going to be. Now it still looks rough. What could I do to improve that? Make the faint FOD. Make the font fade as it goes down, as Sally sells seashells down by the seashore. Okay, I know exactly what you're suggesting, and that is a pretty dope idea. Okay, so we need to go. Where is my text? Where's my text? Matchmaking, and then what I do is it's. Let me go over to effects and look at the effect that I used. It's crop edges. Crop edges. That's the effect that I used. Okay, matchmaking. You guys are awesome, by the way. Thank you so much for the help, and thank you for the patience. Effect. I looked up effect in the effect tab. Crop edges. It is matchmaking. That's where I'm dropping this effect to. Okay. And then crop. We don't need to crop the top, so I'm going to delete that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, where'd it go? Oops, I accidentally deleted the whole thing. Okay, crop. We're cropping the bottom, right? So, okay, we'll delete crop the top, we'll delete crop the left, we will delete crop the right, and, okay, here we go. Let's pray that this works and does not come out a complete disaster. Oof, 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 oof. Oof, oof. Oh, okay, hang on. I'm doing this completely wrong. Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Hang on. Crop amount. Is there a way that I can look at the mask? Or am I just going about this all wrong? Here, you know what? I'm a little bit too tired right now to deal with this. So that's a good idea, though, and I can definitely work on that. Regarding thinly derivative weapon concepts, I've brainstormed a few Forerunner weapons. One of them I've taken to naming the Catalyst, Rifle, or Cannon. Huh. I think I could imagine. Oh, I DM'd you a pic on Discord. Let me check. Come here, Discord. Let me move you over here. Helios Drive, Sev, okay. Ooh, that's good. Few renders from a thing I've been working on. Oh. Message requests. I see 2 minutes ago. That's a great image. Here. What do you guys think? Is that a good image for matchmaking? That's a pretty good image for matchmaking. Do you think it's better than the one up here? I feel like the combat evolved Oxanium. Oxanium. Is that the font that Halo CE uses? Oxanium. Well, I'll be darned. That is the Halo Combat Evolved font, isn't it? Currently selected playlist. Okay, I should probably clarify what's going on with this. So what I have here is you're in the matchmaking menu, right? What'll happen is when you click on playlist here, and it pops up and you can see the list, and then you click on like Big Team Battle or whatever, and then the list closes. And then right here next to playlist, you'll see Big Team Battle. So the reason I have nothing there is because I haven't gotten to that part yet. Same will be for search restrictions, but a hint for its inspiration. You played Half-Life? Half-Life 1, yes. Have not beaten Half-Life 2, surprisingly. Oh, okay. I think I have an idea of what you're doing. I think I have an idea. It would be more of a technical challenge, but it would be cool to have the background changed to one of those scenes in Engine, depending on the match type, with filter. Do you mean like if I selected Big Team Battle, the background image, like here, would be like a camera floating through a Big Team Battle match or something? Because that probably wouldn't be too hard. In fact, look, let's pull up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. Would it be something like this? Like it would be Slayer, and then you'd see, you know, like a scrolling video of something like this, you know? Because that would be actually pretty easy. Those are just like videos, you know? LNG, I think the red atmosphere would be great, though if you wanted to keep the ship idea, you'd have to put a banished dreadnought or something above Earth, right? Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. Rest in peace, Thick 44. Dude, I saw that news. The Neebs podcast, I listened to them quite a bit. I didn't even know that they had a podcast. I remember watching them a lot in high school, Battlefield Friends. And I remember Thick mentioning on the podcast, like early last year, I think, that he had cancer and it returned. Dude, that sucks. That guy was so funny. That sucks a lot. Check Twitter DMs. Okay, I'll do right now. Yeah, rest in peace, Thick. Whenever I see the scout class or a sniper class in Battlefield, I'll always hear his voice as the character. Watching the stream right now, and I had this idea for an image used for the matchmaking menu. I made a custom CRT-inspired filter. Dude, that looks... Hang on. Okay. Open image in new tab. Here, I'm going to put this up on the screen for you guys to check out. Look at this. That is so badass. Cephalon, Maxim just did that. But here, let me, Spage. Let me open yours. Okay. That's a pretty good idea for matchmaking. Here's one idea for the matchmaking image. Here is, yeah. So what do you guys think between these two images? That's a pretty cool idea, actually, the CRT filter. Like, bro, if we're doing the retro look, we might as well go all the way, right? Taras, what are your thoughts on the new Destiny expansion, Lightfall? It's been a hot minute since I got back into Destiny. I am currently, because Lightfall could potentially be exciting. The story is losing me a little bit. I think maybe it's just because I'm the kind of person where I think the beginning of a story is usually more satisfying than the end of a story, unless, of course, you're Lord of the Rings. That's because the universe is a lot more mysterious. So inevitably at the end of a story, when all the questions are finally being answered, the answers are never as satisfying as the theorizing in the community. So Destiny's story is starting to lose me because there are things like The Witness that I'm like, that's dumb. I don't like The Witness. It's a cool design, but like, I don't know, the pyramid ship stuff. I'm like, man, I thought the darkness was cooler in my head and the community's heads. But Lightfall looks pretty cool. At least like some of the mechanics stuff. Hopefully it can like, inject some fresh life into the game. LNG, here's another idea. If you put the rad atmosphere for Earth, how about you put Zeta Halo in the distance because the Banished wanted to extinguish humanity? 3 words: a Forerunner Tau Cannon, enemy, and, depending on if it's possible, light cover penetration, ricocheting shots, high recoil, boost jumping, self-damage if overcharge is held too long, the works. That's a cool idea. I like a weapon that could actually like harm you if you don't use it correctly. And then it would penetrate through enemies, so it's like it wouldn't impact, and that would be the end of the shot. It would phase through enemies and bounce around the environment. That's a pretty cool idea for a weapon, dude. Or just light cover penetration, so it would be able to pierce things like thin walls. But as for Zeta Halo in the distance of Earth here, where would I put Zeta Halo? Like back there or something? Something that could actually be a cool idea. I was thinking about this. Here, I'll pitch this to you guys. The establishing connection. Here, let me look up the symbol for Zeta Halo. The establishing connection, it's the Combat Evolve logo. It looks cool. And honestly, part of the reason I did establishing connection in that way, like the glitchy looking establishing connection, is so I could teach myself how to do a glitch effect. But what I was thinking actually is here. Zeta Halo. Zeta Halo has a symbol. Here, let's go down, let's go down, let's go down. There's the symbol for Zeta Halo. What if because it's Halo Infinite, it takes place on Zeta Halo. So what if like the loading icon is the Zeta Halo symbol? But then what I was thinking is the Zeta Halo symbol looks kind of silly, right? Like it looks like a hairy tennis ball. It might not look streamlined enough. So I was thinking, what if it's the UNSC logo? But then I was like, oh God, people are so sick to death of 343s, like Spartan this, Spartan that constantly. So I'm not sure if like that would be a good idea. But then I was thinking, what if it's the Banished symbol? But then we're not exactly fighting on the Banished side, so maybe that wouldn't be exactly it. But what if Halo Endless? What if it's the symbol for the Endless, like on their Silaxes, and it's like a little spinning symbol, like kind of injecting a bit of that mystery into it? Not necessarily because we're fighting on the side of the Endless, but more like what the hell is that symbol? I don't recognize that from the Halo series. And then it's not until the end of the Halo Infinite campaign when you realize, oh, that symbol on the loading, it's the symbol of the Endless, you know? That's one of my ideas that I was thinking of. And yes, I might have a Halo-style remix of Nuclear Mission Jam play when you first pick it up in the campaign. Cheesy, but it deserves its theme. Dude, I'm with you. I agree. That's a fun idea. Yeah, that's a good idea for a weapon. Can you add the non-UNSC weapons to the customization tab. Non-UNSC. Oh, yeah. Don't worry. I don't even think I've gotten to customization yet. But what I was thinking was preserving, for the most part, 343's like armor. Like I kind of like their like Iron Man armor hull idea. Preserving that, but obviously trying to make it, like feel a little bit better. But for the weapons and stuff, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have the skills yet to make like a whole, because you can see here basically what I'm doing is I'm editing fonts, I'm editing text on the screen. The background image, I didn't animate this or anything. I actually went in-game and captured it. But hey, maybe if I get talented enough, I could do something like that. Do the vertical lists instead of horizontal, please. Way ahead of you, man. Do not worry, okay? You're not going to open up your armor tab and see a horizontal bar across the screen, okay? You're going to have to scroll down a list if you want to customize your Spartan. Us Halo fans, we may not know how to make video games, but we have some pretty good ideas on how to make Halo not bad, because currently Halo's not in a great spot. I'm just noticing now that the matchmaking and Halo symbol are completely out of whack. What do you guys think? Would that bother you? Because I can change it if it would be a problem. Taras, please give your thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy. I don't care about Harry Potter. Those are my thoughts on Hogwarts Legacy. Lord of the Rings is better. Please, Warner Brothers, make another Lord of the Rings game. I don't care about Harry Potter. Can we get a grunt flying through the air in the background at some random point? I don't know how I'd do that. Possibly. Maybe. You know what would be funny? It would have to probably be like an animation, and I'd probably need somebody's help. But what if like the globe's spinning, and if you sit on the globe for like 10 minutes, a tiny slip space portal opens up and a grunt flies through, and then another slip space portal opens up and he flies into that, and then it closes. What do you think? Would that be funny? The armor core is not a bad idea. They should just add elite cores, ODST cores. And while we're at it, why not brute and flood combat forms? Leaving out all this customization options when funded by cosmetics makes no sense. Yeah, 343, they really, they're not very good at the greedy free-to-play business model. Because if you told Halo fans, like, hey, make a Halo free-to-play game that is fueled by cosmetics, we'd be like, okay, you're going to be able to customize elites. You're going to be able to customize your Spartans. When you play Infection, you're going to be able to customize the look of your infected Spartan. Like, we would go crazy with ideas. Maybe you could line up the Halo logo with where the image would appear, since it would be difficult to shrink the image to still fit above matchmaking text to make the space line up. Yeah. Maybe you could line up the Halo logo. Yeah, we'll do that. To make it right. Should the Halo logo line up with the matchmaking text? Here, should matchmaking... Okay, if there's anybody who's experienced in UI design or anything, is it a bad idea to have text in the dead center of the screen like this? Is that bad form for UI, I guess? And of course, we got this deep blue thing here that I also need to... I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this. I think I need to stretch it out a little bit, actually. Oops, nope. Is the color even good? I feel like the color is not even right. For another concept, it's a similar one that I'm calling the refractor rifle. Given you've yet to complete Half-Life 2, I figure you haven't played episode 2. Not yet. Not episode 2. Unfortunately. Taras, do you want an unnamed third entry into the Shadow of Mordor series? Sure. Sure. I'd love one. What I'd really like, though, is I'd like, do any of you guys miss movie tie-in games? Not bad ones, I should clarify. Good ones. Because there was a pretty great Lord of the Rings movie tie-in game for the GameCube. And probably PS2. And probably Xbox. I'd like playing Star Wars Lego Skywalker Saga recently and realizing, like, oh my god, this is a movie tie-in game for Star Wars. Like, I'm playing through the events of the Star Wars movies. I can't remember the last time I played a AAA video game that was based on a movie. Like, obviously, yeah, it's Legos, but it's like I'm playing episode 1, The Phantom Menace, you know? And it made me realize, I was like, man, video games have gotten so good lately. I'd kill a human being for the ability to play. I wouldn't actually do that, okay? Please don't take that out of context. Someone's going to upload Late Night Gaming. I would kill a human being. No, but I would absolutely love a Lord of the Rings video game, you know? Shadow of War's story was terrible, in my opinion. I haven't finished Shadow of War. I remember Shadow of Mordor's story not being very good either, just because Talion is not the most interesting character on planet Earth. But it's like, hey, you're walking around Lord of the Rings, and that's good enough, you know? Like, you can the of War Lord of the Rings games, or Shadow of whatever, you know, Shadow of Mordor games. Like, what's great about them is, like, the story you can kind of just ignore. It's not that good. The gameplay itself is so compelling because of the Nemesis system that, like, narratives form just via the gameplay, you know? I've sent you the official Halo CE and Halo 4 fonts, as well as one that fits the vibe a lot. And another one we used in Project Contingency. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I say. Ooh. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it that you messaged me? Let me see. If you're going to use that, I can make a couple more to match for different game modes. Yeah, if you want to, Cephalon, please, by all means, go ahead. Uplinks. Here we go. Gotcha. I see you, Uplinks. Project Contingency, you guys used Barflow. Also a Halo 4 mod. I'm getting a fat tongue syndrome. Here, let's check this out. Open file. Oof. Yeah, that's the Halo 4 font. Here we go. That's cool. Dude, I appreciate this. Thank you for sending me the Halo 4 fonts. Let's check out that cheeky little Combat Evolved font. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Also a good font for a Halo UI. That's pretty good. That's good font. Dude, I appreciate this. This is good stuff. And you guys used Barflow. That's a good font. That's good. That's pretty good. Uplinks, thank you. I appreciate it, dude. In that case, all I'll say is that it's based on a weapon used by a very specific enemy, which I won't name for spoiler purposes. It's explosive, though. Explosive. I'm trying to like dive deep into like my understandings of Half-Life via just social osmosis to try to think of what that weapon could be. CE font is top tier. CE font is top tier. Taras, is Destiny a Ponzi making scheme for Destiny YouTubers? It may be. Is Destiny a Ponzi money scheme for Destiny YouTubers? There might be a joke there that I'm missing. LNG, for you, what elements don't belong in a Halo menu? Like ever? I can't really think of anything that I'd say doesn't belong in a Halo menu anywhere. 'Cause like, I don't know, man. Like, good Halo's main menus have changed and evolved so much as time has gone on that I can't think of anything that has been like, don't ever do this ever again. Probably for the customization stuff, the horizontal scrolling, because that's awful. But then again, I'm sure somebody's going to bring up, but remember when Halo Reach did it and it was pretty good, and they'll go, yeah, you're right. So it's hard to say. It feels like anything could belong in a Halo main menu. It just has to be done well. So, okay, here's the question, guys. From the fonts that we just obtained, Denmark regular. Should the font that I've been using in my Halo main menu, should it be changed? Would it be bad practice to use a different font for matchmaking? Like, should I stay consistent? If I'm going to pick a font, I've got to use that font. Or is the font I'm currently using right here good? Because I'm open to changing it if any of these fonts here look better. Taras, the monetization of Destiny has been long criticized. The game is bad, and then the next year, a $40 expansion claiming to fix the game is announced. It's absolutely been long criticized, but I don't think it's a money-making scam or a Ponzi scheme. I just think it's Destiny. Some people like it, and they like it enough that they're willing to put money into some of the crazy expansions. And I like Destiny enough to where I've put money into the crazy expansions. And I'm very aware of the game is in trouble, an expansion is announced that'll fix the problems. I'm very aware of that, and I am part of the problem. But I'm also like, Destiny, the amount of enjoyment I've gotten out of Destiny is enough to where I'm like, it's just Destiny. That's kind of Destiny, you know? I buy the expansion. I have so much fun with it. It's definitely worth the $40 that I spent into it. And then a couple months later, I realized what the problems were, and I'm like, man, I can't wait until they fix the game. And then, rinse and repeat every year. You can mix and match fonts, but only between titles, buttons, etc. Okay, gotcha. Stay consistent, but try the CE one. Okay, I recommend against using Denmark for normal text. Should Denmark be used for like Denmark? What should Denmark be used for? What could Denmark be used for? Mixing the nostalgic aspects of Halo Infinite's overall aesthetic with the less offending aspects of 343's work helps it stand out enough and remind the player that it's still a 343 game. Considering that everything else in the menu is very Bungie reminiscent, it would be interesting to mix that with 343's font era. That's definitely what I was thinking. The matchmaking picture contrasts with the background too much, the titles. I'm glad somebody finally said it, because I was concerned that that would be the case. Yeah, the lights. What do any of you guys have any ideas, suggestions on how you can see here? Like, look, playlists is starting to blur with the lights from the cities down there. So what could I possibly do, I guess, to solve the problem? And I guess for matchmaking up there, what should be the font that I use? And I'm still bothered about how it's like, you can see up there, Halo and matchmaking. When you click the menu, it's like, is that bad practice that the Halo logo up there and matchmaking are not? Here, we'll do a quick test, okay? We'll do a quick test, just a quick. What is this? Scale. No, it's position that I want to edit. Here, let's bring it down. Please look okay. Ah! What is happening? Everything that could go wrong is going wrong. Okay. Okay, what do you guys think? Is that good? It was the picture that contrasts too much. Yes, it annoys me so mildly. Add a dark blue box behind the font like Halo 3. Would a box be bad though? Because people really didn't like when I did the box. But I'm not sure if that's just like, maybe I just did it badly, you know? Here, I'll show you. This is my first, or like one of my firsts right here. You can see I tried doing like boxes here and people said it was like the ugliest thing they'd ever seen on planet Earth. Was that just because I did the boxes badly and the idea is not inherently bad? Or do you think for matchmaking, would it, and also would it break the look of the menu if right here there are no boxes, but then you hop on over to matchmaking and suddenly now there are these boxes here? Like, would that be bad looking? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Dude, this is fun. Hey, broski, how's your night doing? Says Halo Bro. My night? Oh, my night. Oh, God, my night. Rebecca, if you're watching this, how are you doing, honey? Are you working? Let me know, because it's 11:30. Maybe if the matchmaking image had a border around it that complemented the color and aesthetic of the background, it would make it stand out less. That or outlines for the text. Yes, the boxes were done badly, but boxes aren't inherently bad. Okay. Maybe have the matchmaking menu sweep in from the right as the main menu fades out and then sweeps into the left. Okay, I think I get what you mean. I have a cool little thing that I did here that I was thinking about Halo Infinite, the reoccurring motif in its like art of the beam towers. And right here, it's probably going to be a stuttery mess, but you can see there that like a light shoots up and then here, you know what? We could just watch the YouTube video, to be honest. Yeah, look at that janky, the janky jank. Here we go. Here's the new one. So look at this. The main menu pops up. Whoosh. You see that? The light shoots up into the sky. And then the text kind of comes out from the light. Should I also do that for matchmaking as well? When you click on matchmaking, it's, you know, whoosh, and another light shoots up into the sky, and matchmaking, whoosh, you know, comes in from that light. I sent you the original HTML menu prototype for El Dorito from like May 2015 if you want to see it. Ooh, I'd love to see it. How much space on the screen do you want the options to occupy? The options. Well, that's probably a good idea now to talk about. I'm forgetting, how did Halo Reach do it? Halo Reach was awesome. Its UI, it had like they were kind of like, they weren't like, you know, facing the camera. They were like slightly tilted a little bit, so it almost looked like they'd come in your options like pages or something. God, Reach had such good UI design, but I'm trying to remember. So if you were to hit options or something, how should it be? Like a pop-up that kind of like obscures what's in the background, or should it just bring you to a completely new menu? I want it to be as like seamless as possible. Hi, yes, I'm working. It's okay. I fed TT. Okay, good. I love you, honey. Got preoccupied with the family. You catch a squiz at me last super? Oh, let me see. Yes, I did see your last super. For the refractor, think of it as a hard light spiker whose projectiles over-penetrate the enemies but stick to environments and detonate shortly after. Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's a cool idea for a weapon. I love you, babe. Why not individualized, grayed out, transparent boxes for the text? Okay, hang on. Let's try that. Let's try that. It's worth a try, okay? I'll do anything at this point. We've just got to make sure that the text in the background does not give people a migraine. Yoop. Okay. I think I did it right, hopefully. Okay. Okay. Oh God, I'm so scared to like zoom out because I feel like this is gonna look ugly as sin. Okay. It doesn't look right, does it? They need to fade one way to the other. You mean like also on the other side as well? Yeah, they do, don't they? Crap. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Oh, man. This fade tool, I'm still figuring it out. So the idea of that is just like... It's a challenge. It is certainly a challenge. I can't believe I'm entertaining close to 100 people right now. Like, y'all are watching me just, like, typing on a keyboard and, like, rewinding the same 3 seconds of footage over and over again. I'm glad I am entertaining enough, though. Get... Man! I'm... You know, I've got an idea. Friends. I've got an idea, and it might save the background. We might not have to deal with these, like, boxes. So follow me as we hop on over to Premiere. This is wild, LOL. I know, this is like crazy. This is more entertaining than an Apex Legends stream, right? Halo main menu 2, Halo multiplayer. It was multiplayer, I think. Where we had it. Look, you're going to see how the sausage is made, so to speak. So the way to get that, like, that Y2K blue aesthetic, as some of you probably watching actually gave the suggestion as well, is take the video, make it black and white, then apply the blue filter over it. Don't just have the video and then put a blue filter in it, because then there will be like oranges and greens or whatever, and it'll disrupt the look. So that was a brilliant suggestion. If any of you who gave me that idea are watching this currently, like, if I had lips that were long enough to stretch across the world, I would use them to kiss your cheek, because that was such a good idea that you gave me. Refractor, I feel, is a practical suppressor type gun for sentinels, shooting at foes below them, damaging on both projectile impact and floor detonation. Gotcha. Okay, so it would be like for sentinels. Is it like designed more for the player or for the enemies to fire at the players? Because if they're sentinels, I'm thinking of like them using that from the sky, I guess. I sent you a Discord message with an alternative color scheme for the main menu. Here, let me check. Let me check. Oh, that is good. Here, you guys want to see this? You want to see what he just sent me? That's pretty cool looking, right? Like the sky is saturated orange and then the ground is all grayed out. That's cool. I like that. God, you're having me like rethinking everything. Ah! How to... Does that look nasty, I guess? Like, you can hear the gunshots, hopefully, on the audio. Not real gunshots, I should clarify, in the video. Because in the main menu, you know, when it's like the Halo ring and it's panning through it and stuff, you can hear like the sounds of nature. And then what I had was when you hop over to multiplayer, you can hear like gunfire and explosions and stuff as the globe is spinning, because it's all the players having their multiplayer battles. Does that look good? Or is it like not the right font? Or font? The right font of color. Reds are a bad idea, to be honest. No, keep it. It's good. It's the correct color of red. Maybe if just the dots were colored, but the actual earth was still grayed out. Huh. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. Let me actually... Okay. Let me get rid of the color matte. There must be, surely there must be, in Vegas Pro, there's a tool where you can basically isolate certain colors. So I can open up the color and I can turn greens, blues, teals, and everything down to 0. But I can take like purple and boost that. And so all other colors will be black and white except for purples. So I wonder if there's something like that. The enemy mostly, though for the player, that doesn't stop them from taking advantage of natural or self-made high ground for the same utility. Gotcha. Okay. That's a fun idea for a weapon, dude. Are you still making a game by any chance? Because you got all these ideas for weapons. You got to do something with them, man. You can't keep these ideas to yourself. They'd make for a fun shooter. Enemy color patterns were never really prevalent in Halo main menus. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And what I'm worried about is... breaking what I've set up. Because what I've set up is... what I liked about the Bungie mid-2000 main menus was the blue background. It's Y2K, it's early 2000s, you know, it's just like the trend at the time. But it's also kind of clever because now like orange is the highlight for where your cursor is, or like, you know, the color basically draws your attention, orange. And I'm worried if it's like the menu is blue and now we switch over to like a red menu, orange isn't going to pop as much, right? Do you want the sound effects for hovering or selecting menu items? Yes, I'd love them. I'm not sure if you were in the stream earlier, but I showed a bit of my computer, and you can see here sound assets. There's this great sound pack for Halo 5. It's just Halo 5, though, but you can see here. See, it's all the UI elements. As well as various sound effects from the game that I guess were extracted or meticulously recorded and put up onto the internet, and I have it downloaded, and I use that actually for a lot of my editing. Same with Halo 3, but the Halo 3 one, unfortunately, doesn't have any UI sound effects. So if you've got, like, the downloads for UI stuff... Halo 2 menu sound effects are goated? Yeah, if any... Ohana Johan, right? Tone down the saturation for the yellow on the text boxes. Yeah, I'm not... Here, I'm gonna put a pin in the red banished. I feel like it would break the UI aesthetic that I'm going for, but here we'll hop on back into After Effects. I aspire to, at the very least, I've collected these ideas into a design doc, which I'm sharing with others who I hope I can collaborate on with, who I hope I can collaborate with on the MCC. Dude, Andrew, please do it, dude. You have ideas. Johan. Oh no, did I mess it up? It's not Johan, is it? Check Discord. But I forgot, yeah, you do graphic design, right? Man, if you just joined, this is perfect. Old menu concept I did for El Dorito. There we go. Yeah. Okay. What's your asset audio click? Oh my God. Can you guys hear that? Are these Halo Wars? Save audio as... Good stuff. Good stuff. Yes, sir. I'm a graphics design major. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Dude, I would love to collaborate you. It's that time of the night where I've been talking for so long that I'm abbreviating my sentences. I would love to collaborate with you on this / pick your brain for ideas. What do you think of this main menu that I'm doing so far? It's a friend of mine suggested this to me as a way to learn After Effects and Premiere Pro. Like basically remake a Halo main menu, or make one. So I'm remaking the Halo Infinite main menu. And it definitely is teaching me After Effects. It's been awesome so far. I would love your input, especially when we get to matchmaking, because matchmaking is quickly becoming a disaster that I can't escape from. The problem with matchmaking, you can see here, is we have the spinning globe as the background, but the highlights from like the city lights and stuff, they keep washing out the text. What can I do to solve this? You're off to a good start. A lot of improvements over your first work in progress. I appreciate it, man. Tone down the yellow saturation on the text boxes. There actually is no yellow saturation on the text. Oh, you mean that? Here, let me see what it's like for the Halo 3 main menu. Let me see if it... Okay, yeah, it was a little bit faded on the Halo... Oof. It was a little bit faded on the Halo 3 main menu, was it? What do you guys think? Should it not be like that stark gold? Should it be more of like a deep purple? Or purple? What am I talking about? A deep orange. Should it be more of that deep orange color? Turn down the saturation of the blue gradient under the text. The blue gradient under the text. Turn down the saturation. For all of it, or just the options, I guess. Deeper. Okay, people are giving me... Okay, I have been issued orders. Watch this, guys. Watch this. You guys want deeper? Okay, how is this? Does that look good? Where's my text? Hang on. I got an idea that might help a little bit. What do you guys think? Is that good, or should it be like a different color? Too orange. Deep orangey yellow. Okay. Here. I still have some tweaking to do. How's that? Somewhere in between. Follow the commands of Atriox. Yes, it does. Desaturate it a bit. More brown than yellow. Better. I feel like the rectangle might need to be a bit longer, then taper off the right edge. Should it stay within the text, or should it be consistently long? Like basically down here, the custom games, should that be the threshold for it? So like as a player would scroll, it would always be about that long? Or should it dynamically change its size depending on what the player is selecting? Ooh. And then I am very inexperienced with After Effects. I'm still learning the ropes, so please forgive me if this looks incredibly. Ooh. Hang on. Hang on, I completely forgot that I have some keyframes later. Damn it, I just deleted those keyframes. Hang on. Man. I think I just totally butchered something. Okay, I'll figure it out later. Make it even, consistent length. Okay, yes, gotcha. LNG, maybe the stream is so entertaining because it feels like we're helping you with a school project or something. That's a good way to look at it. A thing I've been struggling to conceptualize is a mid-sized Covey vehicle that isn't basically a better or worse Warthog, like the Spectre, Prowler, Revenant, etc. Okay. What about like a transport vehicle? Like not necessarily one that's for combat. Maybe it's actually something the player can commandeer. Like what I'm thinking is like, when you can't really rationalize a phantom dropping off some troops, what if it's like, whoa, like this thing pulls up almost like a bus, and then it opens the doors and the driver gets out and the troops, and they start shooting at you. And then after the firefight's over, their transport vehicles right there for the taking. And if you've got Marines with you, you can load them up into it. Almost like a troop transport hog, but for the Covenant / Banished. Like as just like an interesting vehicle that would actually add quite a bit to combat. So it's just the Halo 3 menu, huh? Sort of. Not quite exactly the Halo 3 menu, but definitely Halo 3 is the biggest source of inspiration for this. Let me scroll up and look for... Okay. Going off that, what if you hijack it and drive it off the edge before the troops can get out? There's a good idea as well. That would be hilarious. Gotta head out for real. Sent more images on Twitter. Thank you. Let me check them out right now. Oh, man. Yeah, these are good. This is that good stuff. If any of you guys want to send... if any of you guys want to send some... Hang on. If any of you guys want to send like fun stuff my way, please feel free as suggestions. Johan, please give me the pronunciation so I stop making a fool out of myself in case this is wrong. Dude, that is freaking awesome. And if you could teach me how to do it, I'd love it. I'm currently talking to a professional video editor who cuts trailers for a living, and if I could also speak to you, I would love, like, video editing is what I want to get into. I really want to get into it. I want to do professional video editing and stuff, and I'd love to learn how to do tricks like that. It's Johan. Good. Okay. Where is the infinite part of the title, Lamau? The infinite part of the title, Lamau, it is there. I've just hidden it, and the reason I hid it is because the Halo Infinite actual logo, it's not, what do you call it? When you scale it, like, down to the side and it comes out, you know? It's not exactly like the Halo 3 logo, where you've got Halo and then 3. Like, it kind of comes down like a pyramid. So when I go over here, it's like, here, I can actually pull it up as an example. My first one, right here, my first render that I posted that looked hilariously bad, people really raked me over the coals for the fact that the logo was not, like, lined up with the box. So I had been, like, trying to figure out how I could get it to work. And what I've rationalized in my brain is the reason it's just Halo there is 343 said that they wanted Halo Infinite to be the hub of Halo for the next 10 years. And I was like, okay, yeah, Halo. Doesn't need the Infinite. It's Halo. Like, look, Halo Infinite's right there when you load it up for the first time. And then you come up here, look, just Halo. That's how I rationalized getting rid of it in my brain. It wasn't uniformly transformed. It's not asymmetric. Yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it. An infantry support vehicle? Well, I've already considered the Razorback. I guess there's still room for such an enemy vehicle. What you described could very well be adapted from the Shadow or Skiff. Would that be a good idea, or do you want something that's more combat focused? Because something that could even be fun is, what about, like, something Chariot-like, I'm almost thinking. What about something that would be fun to goof off with physics-wise, or could transform the way you interact with it? Like, imagine you've got the pod, like a pod with a turret gunner, and then you've got two drivers at the front that are attached to the pod via, like, energy cables, and they're both kind of like whoa, like trying to steer it, and you've got the turret gunner behind, like almost like a chariot with horses, and like you shoot one of the little drivers, and then the whole thing becomes lopsided and the turret's more inaccurate. You know, you can make it flip over, you can make it do all these, like, crazy things because of the nature of how it's designed, kind of like a chariot as a vehicle. Are you looking to get into UX design or just practicing After Effects? Just practicing After Effects right now. But if I do want to get into professional video editing and stuff, I mean, UX design and stuff, like, I gotta understand, like, the art, you know? Which definitely these last couple uploads that I've been doing, this project has been a lot of fun because, like, I mean, look at this. We've come a long way since you know, this, you know? And that's all thanks to your feedback. And thanks to your feedback, now it's like, it's embedding in my brain a little bit, like what the unconscious, unspoken rules are, I guess. Gotta walk before you can run, basically. A magician was walking down the street and turned into a grocery store. And with that, I take my leave. That's cool. Seems like a fun activity. Yeah. I mean, I like editing. I might as well, you know, see if I can, like, take these skills and do something with it. Actually, like, improve. And the reason that I'm making a Halo Infinite made menu, it's less about me learning UX and UI design. And it's more about an excuse to practice and get good at After Effects as well as Adobe Premiere. And it worked, because when I started doing this main menu, I knew nothing about After Effects. The thought of opening it made me break out into an anxious sweat. And now I actually kind of know my way around the software. This may be off topic, but do you think the campaign has many cool vistas that can be used as multiplayer maps and for events? Vistas. The Banished Dig site would make for a fun big team battle map. Can someone tell me what app he's using? I am using After Effects. A Star Wars pod racer with a gunner seat and drivers in the engine pods. Quite a wacky mental image, I won't deny, but it's an idea worth retaining. Yeah, it's very silly looking. But if it can be done well to where the drivers won't be constantly tangling into each other, and your play space was big enough, you probably could get a lot of mileage out of destroying it. And just like how you attack it would change the way that the vehicle engages with you. You know? In the end, everything you're struggling with right now will be worth it. Hopefully, that's the case. Oof, that matchmaking preview pic doesn't gel well with the blue background, LOL. I agree, dude. I agree. The longer I look at it, the worse it gets. Here, let me pull up some of the ones that Cephalon had. Ooh, Unbound sent me something. A space bus. Oh, the space bus. Yeah, the what's it called? From Halo 2. But I'm thinking about that more for like infantry, I guess. Here's some of the ideas that Cephalon had, which was like, what if the background menu had like, we're going for that like Y2K look, right? What if we put like a CRT filter over the preview images? What do you think? Or would that make it almost like too blue? Like, obviously, it is blue and it is that, like, Y2K look, but is there such a thing as too blue? Like, we do want a bit of color, right, in the preview images. Maybe not, like, to this extent. If you've got any ideas, Maker Rav, I'd love to hear them. I do think maybe the text bloom could be slightly lowered. Yeah, and the text, I gotta figure out what I could do with this. Because you can see right here, look, the N almost completely disappears into the... I'm open to any suggestions. Johan, the current predicament I'm in is I've bowed out of using boxes because of this embarrassing... So now when I go over to here and there's a lot of, you know, scrolling white things that kind of bleed into the text, what can I do? How can I prevent, you know, the background from bleeding, I guess, through the text images? If you got any ideas, I'd love to hear them, dude. Maybe go green, like Splinter Cell? I think if 343 just went overboard, J.J. Abrams style Star Trek lens flares and all that with their preview images, it would be a lot cooler and excite players more. Oh, like something like super artsy crazy, like a pixel flare. Here, let's look up. Let's look up any of that guy's images. Ah, that's not the right thing. Oh wait, it is. That's just a bizarre rare gallery. What is this? Okay, I'm not gonna open images in new tab anymore. But here, like basically anything Pixel Flare does. I don't think he did that one, but... Yeah, something like that might excite people, honestly. But sadly, unfortunately, a lot of these images actually look more like visually exciting than Halo Infinite actually is in game. Because Halo Infinite's a pretty like clean, readable game. So not a lot of smoke, not a lot of particle effects, lens flares, or anything. It's very, very, well, you know, very clean looking. You could maybe put a slight transparent dark gradient on the left side where your text is. Not quite as harsh as the box per se, but enough to add some additional contrast between the background and type. You could add slight transparent dark gradient. What would it be? Would it be a box? Would the gradient be a box? Or would it be kind of like a smudge that would fit within the silhouette of the words? Almost like a drop shadow type thing. In fact, should I do a drop shadow? Your keyboard makes satisfying noises. Oh, you think so? Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, it is clicky. It's a fun little keyboard. The Chariot could be modular with different types of chassis that drivers could connect to. Infantry weapon caches, captured marines, hunter transport, suicide payloads, etc. Good ideas, good ideas. All right, I'm about to head out to Ross and Rebecca. Chat, have a good night or day. I'm definitely a fan of more unorthodox vehicles like CE Spectre with its big wings, shade turrets, spheres, passenger seat in the front of the drivers. Yeah, dude, I love that vehicle. I wish it would come back officially in a game. What about a mobile Jackal sniper tower? Something like a human cherry picker, where you can plant the vehicle and deploy a grav lift tower from it. That would be pretty cool. I literally just thought of like a mobile siege tower, like, you know, like those like Roman siege towers where they have like the wheels and it's like this tall thing. What about that? Like those Jackal sniper towers, but they're actually like they move. No, I don't think you can have it move too fast, to be honest, because if you had like a giant tower and it was moving too fast, you'd risk it looking like a stack of pots, and they're like waving around as like somebody's like bicycling beneath really fast, and I think that could look very silly. But for the text, make a transparent black/off-white text outline and try to make the opacity around. Okay, I see what you mean. I think it would be kind of like a box that starts in the left edge and then tapers off all the way to the right. Okay, so the box would start here and would it be for all the way up here? Like, would it cover the whole screen or literally just the text? Here, we can start to construct the box, I guess. Ah, we can't see. Have no fear. Because we can see. What you're in fact seeing is a solid. I'm very proud of solids because I've only recently learned how to use them. Oh, and if there's anybody watching this, I'm sending an SOS out right now. Rebecca and I are in need of really good Japanese or Korean horror movies because we're hitting our limit on like the good ones. We've seen The Ring, we've seen Grudge, we've seen Gojam Haunted Asylum, we've seen, of course, Cairo. And we're starting to hit that limit where we're in need of good non-American horror movies. The C Spectre is coming back via the Dig Site project, though if you refer to reviving it in Infinite, you could always ask 343 to add it, I guess. I could, but would they? It took them a year and a half to add a DMR without a scope. I can't even imagine how long it would take them to add something like the Spectre from Combat Evolved. Train to Busan is the best zombie horror movie I've seen in a while. Train to Busan's great. What I'm thinking though is what we need are good ghost movies. Good spooky, scary ghost movies. That's what we're currently in the market for. Come on. So, Johan, here's my question for you. The second it changes to matchmaking, what should I do? Should I have this black gradient? I'm going to like make it gradient, you know? Should it appear, or should with the fade to black and then the fade back in, is that where this would come in? Because here. Okay, and now I would add, I'm not sure how to use gradients yet. I fooled around with it and basically like broke what I was trying to. So I've got a temporary fear of gradients because I don't quite know how to do them yet. So for right now, the way that I've been doing gradients is basically just cropping. Here, I'll show you. What I do is crop left. No, let's get rid of that. I accidentally deleted the whole effect. Okay, crop bottom. No, we like the bottom. Somebody's gonna clip that. That's another out of context moment. Crop the top. Crop the left, here we go, and the right. And then what I do, and only then, is do this, and then do a crazy feather. The craziest feather you've ever seen. That's my current hacked solution to get a nice gradient going. And then watch this, watch this. You thought I was done, I wasn't. Then we can turn down the opacity. How is that? Did it work? Does it look good? Or does it still need to be a bit stronger? If it needs to be just a bit stronger, I can turn it up. White is a really good Korean ghost movie. Just a tad. Does it need to be turned up just a smidge more? Okay. Okay. How does that look? That looks pretty cool. Wow. Yeah, it's coming together. What are you making the menu for? Can you put it on the Halo Infinite main menu, or just something you're doing for fun? So I've only recently subscribed to Adobe's Creative Suite, which comes with After Effects, Premiere Pro. I've been using Vegas for so many years now, and I have no experience in any of Adobe's creative stuff. So a buddy of mine had a great idea to quickly teach me the editing tools, because I'd open up Adobe Premiere or After Effects, and my heart would drop, because I don't know how to use it. Like, I know how to use Vegas easily. But Adobe? No, I don't know how to use Adobe. Well, he said, remake the Halo Infinite main menu. Like, you'd have to learn how to do the text, the sizing, you'd have to do bloom, you'd have to do transit. Like, remaking the Halo Infinite main menu would force you to learn all of these software tools. Because you'd be, like, quickly Googling, how do I do this? How do I do that? And he's right. I know now how to use After Effects, at least the basics. And that's what I'm doing. There were some people that were like, why are you doing this? Like, what is this? Halo Infinite's main menu is fine. Or there were people that didn't like that I was making it kind of look like Halo 3. And it's like I'm not redesigning the menu because I think mine is superior. It's a personal project so that I can learn After Effects. This isn't me putting myself on a pedestal and saying, look what I've done. 343, take notes. This is my own personal project that you guys are giving feedback on so I can get better at using After Effects. It's not a criticism of Halo Infinite's UI. It's something I'm doing for me. For reference, I'm wanting the Chain Gun Hog, Rocket Hog, a hybrid of Infinites and CEs, and a Razorback, so I'm open to a max of 3 mid-size Covey vehicles. Gotcha, okay. 3 mid-size Covey vehicles. I'd have to think about what then else could be added. Do you want multi-person vehicles, or are you good with, like, single-man vehicles? Because something that could be fun as a banished vehicle, like if your hypothetical game is the Banished, what about something that's designed for scaling walls? Like, you could imagine, like, firefights in a canyon. Like, imagine you've got a ghost, or you're doing a scorpion crawl through a canyon. What about, like, a Banished, like, doosh, 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 like something that walks around on 6 legs, and then, like, doosh, 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 and goes up the side of the canyon walls and plants itself into the wall, and then, the brute driver mans a turret and starts shooting at the scorpion. Like, almost like like the Shade turret, but you can move it around, like the original concept for Combat Evolved. You should give the background a grue tint, so the blue glow around the text will pop. Grue tint. Does the ship above Earth idea still fit the aesthetic that you want for the background? Yes, absolutely. The problem is I don't know 3D modeling. How I got this video was I literally looked up on YouTube, Planet Earth stock footage, and I found one that was just like, it was taken from some satellite, I think. And I was like, perfect. So I didn't actually render this myself. I just found stock footage and then color corrected it. So imposing a ship in there, I would have no idea how to do that. The best that I could probably think of is I could go to Google and I could find a PNG that is like at the right angle where it won't look comical, and then like try to get it to organically fit within the main menu. Gray, not Gru. Gray, got it. Okay. Yeah, so if anybody has any ideas on that, if anybody wants to lend a hand, dude, I'd love the help. Jay Barnett, I see you you accidentally hit your caps lock. You need the blister back. I freaking love when that happens because it looks like you're doing the meme. Oh, man. So I have CS6, which I'm pretty sure can port into After Effects. I can make some objects if you want. If anybody wants to actually render what I'm trying to do here, like, literally, all I'd need is the video. And I could color correct it and everything. If somebody wants to take this... Here, you know what? Let me actually see if I can find the video, and I'll send you all the link right down in the comment section. I think I found it. I think this is oof. Let me turn it down a little bit. I think here. Let me copy the text. Here's the video that I used. I think this is the one. If anybody who's good in like 3D modeling and stuff, if anybody actually wants to like take that idea and run with it, the idea of like Earth with the various orbital space stations and probably a UNSC frigate, if anyone actually wants to like render that out and turn it into an MP4 file and then send it to me, I could color correct it and we could throw it in here and boom, there we go. We've got a main menu background. You could put a tiny ship above the planet in the distance. Where it would just be in front of space. Yeah, that was the idea we were thinking of. So Maker, should it be banished ships or UNSC ships? Since at the time of Halo Infinite, Cortana had occupied Earth. And in fact, the original idea, if I remember right, for the multiplayer, you know, that cutscene with the Spartans and like the Covenant ships in England. I know that they've like recently retconned that to be the Battle of Earth, but from like, you know, the developers that I've spoken to, like that was intended at some point to actually be like Cortana utilizing the Banished as an army, I think, for Earth. Like that, don't quote me on that, but that's what I remember. And at some point they just decided to be like, actually, no, that was the Covenant invasion of Earth. And for some reason they're using Halo 5 Phantoms. And for some reason there's Spartan 4s. Is there a time limit? No time limit, okay? No time limit at all. If any of you guys want to do this, here, I'll state some of my ideas that I have that unfortunately I can't do due to technical incompetence on my part. What I would love is the Halo Combat Evolved menu, you know, of like the shot of the ring. But it's Zeta Halo, so it's fractured, you know? Complete with the same kind of like dreamy camera that's kind of like looking up at the ring and stuff. But if any of you guys have any ideas that are maybe even inspired by Halo 2's, where it's kind of like the overhead shots of, you know, the city of New Mombasa during Siege, I'd love to hear it. Because as long as it can fit into this Y2K blue filter aesthetic that I've got going on, then it'll work. I would say have a battle between a Banished ship and a UNSC ship, but I doubt you'd be able to do that. That's a good idea, actually. Hang on. Because here, I'll pull up the video, actually, so that you guys can see. This is the matchmaking menu, right? So what I did for the video file was actually within the video file is the sounds of combat. So here, Halo MP menu background. I think it's world background. That's what I have. You guys can hear the gunfire and stuff. I don't have the experience yet. I was basically hoping, you know, you can see like the lightning strikes every now and then just because of like weather. Like that could be cool actually to have little, you know, like what looks like battles happening on the surface of Earth. And the reason that I was adding the gunfire was I was thinking like, well, okay, you hop on over to the multiplayer, to the matchmaking menu, right? You're seeing the globe, and the reason you're seeing the globe is these are all the players you're about to go into matchmaking against. You know, you're seeing the population of Earth. They are gamers you're fighting against in online. And the gunfire and stuff, it's less of like Halo battles happening, the Banished in the UN. It's more of you're hearing the distant gunfire of the matches you're about to get into when you start searching for your matches. So that's why I chose Earth and stuff as the background. It was less of like a lore thing, and it was more of like me trying to think about the social atmosphere, trying to bring back a bit of that like social connectivity, like reminding you that you're about to matchmake against other players. Happy with either single or multi-occupant brutes. I'm giving equal standing in the Covenant, lore notwithstanding. I love your brute walker suggestion, though I'm envisioning it as a treaded crawler. That's a good idea too. Like tank treads or something. And it is Covenant. It's not Banished, right? Didn't want to be too directive in my suggestions, but my DMs on Discord are also open if you want more feedback or if any info on Project Contingency or El Dorito at any point. Dude, any suggestions you have, I'd freaking love. Oh, Uplinks, I just saw your suggestions of the subtle, that's a clever idea. Here, let me put it up on the screen actually so that you guys can see what he suggested. What do you guys think of this for the text? You see what he's done? He added like, you've got the orange, which is it's the one you're currently selecting, but then the tabs you're not selecting, they've got like a white kind of like gradient to them behind them, as opposed to just having the blank text. That way we don't return to this disaster where I just put like freaking boxes everywhere and was like, my job here is done. Yeah, but what do you guys think about that as an idea? That's not a bad idea. How far are you going to take this menu remake? To be honest, I'm just going to keep going. I don't know if I'll ever decide that it's done. I think I might just keep doing it, like keep tinkering away at it, keep doing like these live streams every now and then, asking for you guys' help, you guys' advice, suggestions. That's good, but the orange would need to be more subdued because it blends too much with the white. Oh, I agree. I assume the reason that the white looks so like, or the reason that the orange looks so bananas is because I assume he quickly whipped it up to kind of give me an idea. But what do you guys think about that as a template to work, like an idea to work off of, is doing something like this? Also, could you make the text itself bloom a certain color instead of using a box to highlight the option you're hovering? I could do that, I guess. The reason I'm doing the box is honestly for good old nostalgia, doing the Halo 3 thing. But let me see what Reach did. How did Reach notify? Halo Reach menu. Okay, yeah, Reach had the gray and the whites as its prominent color for text and stuff like that. I like the boxes or the blocks, I guess. Like I just, you know, I like the way it looks. Here, let me I now know that there is a keyframe back there for this little orange box, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to surgically fix it and not panic because I know that there's a keyframe there now. So hang on. Oof, oof, oof. Nope. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Let me see now to make sure that like when the keyframe, when it goes down, okay, it's fine. I then know how I can solve this problem. I pre-compose orange bar. We'll call it that. And then watch this. I can take, oh no, the keyframes are saved to, I guess, the pre-comp. Damn it. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna have to scrap it and do it again. I can do, it's just keyframes. I don't need to be scared of them, you know? I can just easily redo them. There's probably a very easy way that I can do this that unfortunately I don't know yet. And there's probably somebody who's familiar with After Effects who's like having a stress-induced attack right now. Whoops. Let me get out of here. Okay. Oh my gosh, I've completely lost the chat in a sea of a sea of images. Let me close some of these. Align the images better. Oh yeah. Don't worry. I'm way ahead of you. Okay, I'm not like an explicitly brute aesthetic like Halo 3. A vehicle would be akin to Halo Wars 2 Marauder, but with spiked, scooping treads for scaling sheer cliffs. A thresher. That's a pretty good name for a vehicle. Here. Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. All right. We are now initiating surgery on this freaking little bar. Orange bar. We are stretching it. And now we are repositioning it. And then aligning it a little bit better. Okay. That way, when it, what do you guys think? Does that bar now look better? I think you should go on the Sunset City podcast and argue that Sonic Frontiers was fun at times, but mostly flawed on my behalf. Sunset City podcast. Sunset City podcast. What is the Sunset City podcast? I Googled and I couldn't find anything. They did surgery on a bar. Yeah, that's that internet meme, right? They did surgery on a grape, which they did. Like, it's not wrong. And I just did surgery on a bar to make it a little bit bigger. All right. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then I can activate keyframes. Activate. Go over to like right here, and that's where we can put the first keyframe. where it will then, oops. It will then move down. Oh, that moves way too slow. Hang on. That still moves too slow. Here we go. Still a little bit too slow. There we go. Perfect. Boop. He goes down to matchmaking, and then a couple. That is so loud. At least to me, it's loud. Let me know if it's loud for you guys, but boop. Yep, there we go. And then right around here, we should probably do another keyframe. Okay, so if there's anybody watching that's familiar with After Effects, the way that I would do it in Vegas, because I didn't learn, was I would copy this keyframe so that it would stay put, and then I would place it here, and then just for there, I would make a new keyframe and move it up. Is there an easier solution than what I'm doing? Or is this basically it? God. Hang on. Okay. I sent you an Adobe XD file for the mockup in case you want to try out the app for yourself at some point. I am going to check that out. I really appreciate actually you helping me. Uplinks, and we got to stay in touch, by the way. Would it be a decent turret for this Thresher? A flamethrower or fireball launcher? A fuel rod turret? Maybe a scrap cannon or similar spike turret? Maybe a flamethrower. Because it could like lay down hot spots that you'd have to drive around. Rebecca really liked me going XD. Vote to add Siege of Madrigal into the main menu music list. Haha, yeah, Siege of Madrigal. That's a good idea, actually. Siege of Madrigal. Bum bum ba 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 ba. If I remember right, the story for how that song was composed was it wasn't actually done by Marty O'Donnell. The story was that it was Michael Salvatore trying to make something that sounded like something that Marty O'Donnell would make. That's the story I've heard. Which is funny sounding. That they needed a piece of music that sounded like something Marty would make, and I guess Marty wasn't available, and so Michael Salvatore wrote Siege of Madrigal, and it was like, damn it, that does kind of sound like something Marty would do on the piano. I don't understand why 343 removed pregame lobbies with the players fully displayed, voice chat as well as a veto button or voting system for maps. Makes me sad. Honestly, there's a couple of possible ideas. I remember one of the things that they were very conscious about during Halo Infinite's development was they wanted as little downtime between matches as humanly possible, like to make it basically entertaining for streaming purposes. Like they wanted less people clicking on a stream and it's a guy sitting in a lobby waiting for the match to start. So I almost wonder if they took out lobbies because they literally just wanted it to be like, hey, you're in a match or you're in the main menu. And I hope to God that's not why they removed it, because that's an atrocious reason to remove it. Crap. Should it be longer? The bar? Do we need to perform another surgery on the bar? If you think about the Prometheans as a sentinel faction instead of a poor attempt at turning the Forerunners into antagonists, they work pretty well. The idea of diversifying sentinels seems cool. It's interesting you mentioned that because there was a Halo developer, a 343 developer who no longer works there, who worked on Halo Wars 2. And he had a great idea. He was basically like, they didn't use Prometheans in Halo Wars 2 because they weren't, like, he just didn't want that in Halo Wars 2. He kind of wanted to get away from that stuff. And he said that if he was to do the Prometheans in a first-person Halo game, they would not be like, here is the Crawler, here is the Watcher, here is the Knight. It would instead be a single unit, and it would basically, like, take on attachments in the environment to become a new type of enemy. And it could ditch the attachments to retreat and reformat itself into a different type of enemy. So it would be like, they're all Prometheans. They're all the same, but they're taking on different combat forms, almost like the Flood, if you think about it. Did they say anything about adding them back? Dude, I have no clue. I have no clue. And I'm not even sure about how hard it would be to add lobbies back. You know, like how baked in this lobbyless Halo Infinite UI is. LNG, do you think there was a noticeable difference for the aesthetic and art style of the Banished between Halo Wars 2 and Halo Infinite, or do you think they coexist consistently? Oh no, there is. The Banished look very different in Halo Infinite. They look more Covenant-y at times than they do the Banished. The Banished in Halo Wars 2, Jeremy Cook, the art director who came up with, well, the art of the game, including the Banished, he described it to me really well, where he was like, you could visualize a brute walking around and finding like a lumpy piece of metal and and putting it on his head, and there we go, he's got a new helmet. That's kind of the aesthetic of the Banished. They don't really care about like designs and sleekness and having things be produced and manufactured. You know, if a Wraith sustains damage out in the field, some brutes are going to come out of a shed with, like, you know, metal, and they're just going to bolt it and cover up the hole. And if that fails, they're going to put more metal and just pile metal, you know, sheets onto it until the hole is covered. Like, that's the aesthetic of the Banished. And in Halo Wars, or in Halo Infinite, they're a lot more produced and manufactured, almost Covenant-like, you know? So yeah, there is a very big difference in aesthetic between the two. Am I the only one that thought the models in Halo Wars 2 looked really plastic-like and not nearly as textured as Halo Wars 1? Let me see, actually. Open image, new tab. Here. Well, let's test this hypothesis. Halo Wars 2 unit SC units. Okay, I guess this is good right? As a, like a reference. I mean, it's not exactly, you know, the same vehicle. What would be a good analog in Halo Wars 2 that we could like compare vehicles? I don't want to do straight up like, you know, asset renders, because that's not fair. That's not how they show up in game. I've already got a fuel rod Ravager with incendiary properties, so I figured a slow-firing fuel rod turret with a damaging area of effect pools could work. Yeah, you know, if all else fails, just give it a fuel rod turret. Like, there's a reason those fuel rod grunts are fun to fight, you know? It's just, it lobs a bunch of explosives at you. It works. Time to really set the bar for this UI. What if you indent the selected menu item? Oh, Jesus Christ, dude, you're operating on another plane of existence. I'm not there yet. Not yet, okay? Pelicans? Pelicans. Halo Wars 2 UNSC unit. Pelican. We gotta find one in game though. Okay, I see it. I see a little bit of what you're talking about. And I think honestly, some of that is this might be the Halo Wars 1 model though, what I'm looking at. I get it a little bit. And what I think it is it's texture compression. And what I mean by that is like, basically, like, do you see like the scuffs and the scratches and stuff? Those are all like baked into the texture, and the textures are low resolution enough that it adds like a grain and that grain kind of makes things look gritty, a little bit dirty, a little bit more grungy. In Halo Wars 2, the textures are they're a lot more detailed. They're more reflective. They've got more properties. They react with light in, more advanced ways. And so because of that, you don't have that like grain because the texture is so low resolution. But as a side effect, I mean, this does look a lot shinier, right? Because it's more technically advanced. The texture, it's catching the light in more technically advanced ways. So it kind of like, it loses that grit of the older textures. Like you can see that. You can almost visualize the bumps and the scratchy surface if you were to move your hand along that. Where with that, it would... it would make like little rubby sounds if you were to move your finger on it. So it looks more plasticky. I think it's just a side effect of how much more advanced texture work has gotten, or like material rendering, I guess is the way that you would put it. And I'm not sure what the solution would be. I'm just proposing why I think things look more plasticky in modern Halo titles or Halo Wars 2. How you would then fix it by keeping the texture complexity while bringing back the vibe, I guess, that like, low resolution texture compression gave off. All right, LNG, I need to go to sleep. See ya when I see ya, to quote Barney from Half-Life 2. Good night, my friend. Might experiment with a scrap cannon first, since it would be a little bit smoother to design a brute vehicle with a brute weapon plus a meat shredder on a thresher. That's a pretty good idea, actually, using the scrap cannon as a basis for something. It also helps that the scrap cannon in general, it's a fun... It's got a fun sound, the winding up of it, and then the pack, 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 as it starts firing. Man, Halo's cool. Oh, man. Okay, guys, it is 1 o'clock in the morning. I am going to save our... This is great progress. Thank you, guys. We'll definitely do this again, okay? And I would love to stream this again with you guys, ask your help. We are making great progress. If any of you guys want to pitch in, if any of you guys have some cool ideas, like rendering out, you know, the planet Earth with battles going on, if somebody wants to try that idea of like Zeta Halo destroyed and kind of mimicking the floaty camera of Combat Evolved, please reach out to me if you do something like that. Yeah. Any ideas you guys have, send them to me. DMs are always open, of course, and in the comment section, any ideas that you guys have, I'd love to hear them. Okay, this was very good fun. Okay, I shall bid you all adieu, and good night. Thank you for joining me for this fun little project. Alrighty, guys, I shall catch you later.